Welcome back, Dungeoneers. It's Sunday afternoon, and that can only mean one thing. It's time to play Dungeons & Dragons. You're watching Dice and Dungeons, and I'm here at the table with...
I'm David Wong. I play Nines, the Hungry Tabaxi Bardic... But...
I'm Nicole Bates, and I play Soria Ansul, the one who cooks things for the Hungry Tabaxi whatever.
And what are you?
I'm a changeling druid.
Oh,
Okay.
neat.
I'm Greg. I'm playing Ulseth Ralph, who is a furbog fighter and protects the cook and the Tabaxi bard, who actually saves my life a lot. But thank you.
We won't... Oh, wow.
Wow.
But thank you.
Character growth.
But
Oh,
thank you.
And thank you, too.
For what?
Saving my life, too.
From starvation.
And things.
We could get an exhaustion point if we didn't eat.
And I'm Alexis Bates, your trusty dungeon mistress.
And
Who tries to kill us.
And occasionally who one. Now,
Who
when...
doesn't try and kill us?
Yes,
That we're aware
your
of.
fourth party member to balance out combat dynamics, mostly.
Yeah.
I'm actually not much of a fan of DMPCs as mechanics in campaigns, but, you know, sometimes you just need to have four to make a combat really work. And I got tired of making combats that had to work within three, so I gave myself a little more freedom to design. Yeah.
Thank you for that self-disclosure.
Yeah, you know. Well, I do believe in trying to educate people about how to be a good player.
And I believe in educating people about Patreon. Patreon.com/Dice and Dungeons is the best way to support our channel. You can get all sorts of benefits from joining our Patreon, including behind-the-scenes videos of our warm-up sessions, and at different tiers, there's other rewards, like being able to get your name in the credits. So check us out at patreon.com/Dice and Dungeons. Take it away, Lexi.
I actually got whiplash from that transition.
I hadn't even finished my sentence, and the transition was on.
You did a great job, Soria.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Do you have anything else to add?
Me? No.
No.
I was like, I'm waiting for it.
We all are.
You, Lexi.
So, our usual sponsor is Geekified. Geekified is a tabletop gaming store out of Vinton, Iowa that takes online and professional orders for all your tabletop role gaming needs. There we go.
A little faster next time.
Oh, a little faster.
Yeah, we're on a timetable.
Do it
here.
over. Faster.
No. So, if you are in the need for any new Magic the Gathering cards, or maybe you're thinking about picking up that at the time of this broadcast, recently released Spelljammer setting for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, you can head on over to geekifiediowa.com, or if you're in the area of Vinton, Iowa, stop in, say hi, and pick it up in person. They'll be happy to help you out either way, and support your local gaming store. Thank you to Geekified for all of your support over the more than a year that you've been sponsoring us. So we appreciate everything that you do, and we love working with you. Thanks again. I think that's all the announcements we have today. If we have more, then I'll just randomly insert them here. And otherwise, Dungeoneers, let's roll. Last week on Dice and Dungeons, following the events at Brukelian's Keep, Midnight Brunch fled into the mountains through a secret passage known only to smugglers and other purveyors in less than legal trades. The party has managed to survive several days in the tunnels and caverns, while also keeping alive the more than 300 changelings that they had freed from their prison. Now, the party has emerged into a large and long since abandoned mining area, where they will try to navigate their way safely through the mines, and then make a safe passage for changelings to follow.
Hey, doll.
Reception's great down here.
Excuse me?
I got you.
How many bars do you have?
Oh, I don't know what a.
At least one. You use that to immobilize people.
Yeah, I have my little an iron rod. You mean that?
Yeah.
Hi, doll.
Good evening, Soria. How are you?
Cooking beans.
How are the beans?
Ah, they're pretty good. We're under the Dreng Peaks right now.
Are you trapped there, or are you making your way through mining tunnels?
The second one. Yeah, we're leading my, a few lost changelings through the tunnels to get out of the Republic. And I'm making them beans.
Then I take it you were able to find your family.
Yes. Well, not all of them.
That is both good and distressing news.
Yeah, my mom is apparently missing still.
Do you have any idea where she is?
No.
Do you have anything that you could scry on her with?
I can't scry.
Others could.
I don't personally, but I could ask my dad.
Look into the matter and let me know if you find something.
Okay. So, do you have any good bean recipes? I'm making a lot of beans.
No, I'm not much of a fan of most beans.
That's fair.
Are you talking to the doll?
Yeah, do you want to ask something?
Yeah, well, like, what's his favorite kind of bean?
He doesn't like beans.
That all of them?
Are there any beans you like?
Lima.
Lima.
Never heard of them.
What about llama beans?
Are those lima beans shaped like llamas?
No, they're fava beans.
They're fava beans shaped like llamas, yeah.
No, I'm not a fan of fava beans.
Doesn't like fava llama beans.
What does he like?
What do you like?
I like my nutrition paste.
Nutrition paste.
Can't that be made of beans?
I don't think it's made of beans now.
Could he make it out of beans?
Can you make it out of beans?
It's
Some sort of
partially
bean
made
paste.
of beans.
Oh, it's partially made of beans.
Which beans?
What kind of beans?
Soy.
Soybeans.
I don't like that.
Oh. Nines doesn't like that.
Then he probably won't like my paste.
Do you like his paste?
I don't think I've had his paste.
Here.
Pretty good. Hey.
He says it's pretty good.
That result surprises me, but also pleases me.
So, just for the record, I'm probably just gonna call you whenever I'm making beans from now on. Is that okay?
You can call me whenever you wish.
Oh, thanks. All right. Any tips or legends you've heard about the tunnels under Dreng's Peak? Like any Balrogs or things like that we have to watch out for?
I've heard of quite a few horrifying things that exist within the Dreng Peaks.
Yeah, stuff where they dug too deep.
Not so much that.
Oh, good. No Balrogs, guys.
No?
What's a Balrog?
I don't know. It's probably trademarked. What have you heard of?
Mostly giant insects and
Big bugs.
very pissed off dragons that had been
Angry dragons.
long since excluded from the Red Dragon Covens.
Oh, are they also red dragons?
Yes.
Red dragons.
No.
Angry red dragons.
What do they taste like?
What does a dragon taste like?
Mostly they taste of poorly aged lobster.
Bad lobster. Like the tangy crab?
I wouldn't know. I've never eaten at one.
Don't.
I was not planning to. However, I am forced to smell it on a daily basis.
Why?
There's one next to my house.
Why?
Right now, I'm just imagining
Some
Dole
of
lives.
my colleagues appreciate how terrible it is, ironically.
So he lives next to a tangy crab and above a bowling alley. That's why I imagine he lives.
Maybe?
SCP lives over a bowling alley. SCP lives over a bowling
Do
alley.
you live over a bowling alley?
Not in this dimension, no.
What are you up to right now?
I was reading.
What are you reading?
I was reading teenage romance novels.
He was reading teenage romance
We
novels.
didn't ask.
Which one?
I was reading a book called Paradox.
As for a brief synopsis of the plot,
What? Give me a second. Who's it by?
The author's name was Marguerite.
Just Marguerite?
It's an authorial name.
Yeah, give me a brief synopsis. Like, at least 2 paragraphs.
The main character, Safan, now learns that she has latent magical abilities, which allows her to feel more connected to most of her family, since they are all wizards and witches. But they come to find out her abilities are slightly different, given that she gains her powers from an unknown, long-made pact with a demon.
A what?
A demon.
What's that?
Some sort of horrible creature that they made up for this particular book.
Okay.
Imagine a being of immense evil, and that's the made-up part of this story.
why are you looking at me?
I was saying is the voice, right?
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah.
Why are you reading about the voice, Dole?
I suppose the voice is a not too far off analogy for what the demon is described as in the book.
So.
That's as far as I've gotten. I'm still reading the
okay.
book.
Well, fill me in later, and maybe I can borrow it.
Perhaps. I'm not sure that I care much for this particular sense of imagination. It seems very troubled.
Oh.
But it was popular among, teens. So I wanted to understand it.
Why?
I am curious about things.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, the beans are done, so I'm gonna let you go. Just thought I'd start off the session by talking to you.
It has been a few days since we spoke.
Yeah, keep in touch so we don't disappear for months.
I would appreciate that you not do that again.
I'll try my best. Alright,
Have a good evening or day, I suppose.
yeah. Alright, talk to you later.
Hey, sorry, I found another swirling pin. I'm gonna jump into it.
Okay. Alright.
So how is Dole doing?
He's reading a book.
Oh. Okay. Why?
What's the book about? Explain it to me within 2
It's
paragraphs.
called Paradox by Marguerite. And it's about a bunch of kooky magic stuff, and someone falls in love, probably.
Was it you?
No? Me? What do you mean?
Did you fall in love?
With kooky magic stuff?
Sure.
Probably, yeah.
All right, let's continue this adventure.
Okay.
What's going on? Why are you making beans right now? Last time we just walked into a new cavern.
Oh, I thought we spent the night at the end of the session.
We did.
Yeah, and now we're walking into the cavern.
It is now after the night, as far as we
Yeah,
know.
so bean breakfast, and then we go in the cavern, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we're doing.
Bean
it
breakfast done. Let's go into the cavern.
Okay. I'm gonna pull that up and
Every day's like,
turn that on.
I want a bean feast. For the record, I'm saving the rest of the basilisk meat to feed sevens.
We could have been the mid-bean brunch.
The mid-bean.
Yeah,
brunch?
mid-bean brunch.
That doesn't work.
I'm not. What would a mid bean be?
We could have just been the bean
The middle
feast.
bean.
Well, instead of being midnight brunch, you're temporarily bean feast, I guess, as you make your way through the mountains.
No brunch, only bean.
All right,
You had brunch?
you can all see the map.
Yeah.
Yes.
We followed the tracks,
We go north.
well, or whatever direction that is.
Okay, so you are going northward.
Yeah.
We're following the tracks,
Okay.
which is really easy to do because they're not moving.
What are the tracks made out of?
Iron with wood cross beams. So just like
Can we steal that?
Are they, how well fastened are they?
Fairly.
That's
You
the thing.
How long are each of the track sections? I'm assuming it's not like just one continuous welded track, but that there's separate.
They're about 20-foot lengths.
I was just curious because we might be able to turn them into something or burn the wood.
Are
If
they
needed.
spiked down?
Yeah, they're spiked.
Okay, I get out my crowbar
Okay.
and I pull off the spikes on one of the 20-foot lengths of track.
Midnight
Okay.
brunch. We'll steal everything that is nailed down.
So how many spikes do I get?
How long do you want to spend doing it?
8 hours later.
I feel like I need that on a button over here. Just like 3 hours later.
Yeah.
I need to have that as a little transition.
Not a long time. I imagine they've been down here a long time. They must come out pretty easily.
But they're dwarven make.
Well, yeah, but how long do you want to spend? You asked how many you got. I want to know how long you spent doing it so I can tell you how many you got.
12 minutes and 47 seconds.
And 10 silver.
It's a very specific amount of time.
Yeah, well,
All right, in 12 minutes, you're able to get
47 seconds.
and 47 seconds, I'll say you get 10 up.
Yeah. Is that enough to lift off one of the 20-foot lengths of track or not? No.
No, they're put in about every foot.
So there's 20, and I got half.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I got 10 spikes.
Good job.
So you got 10. They're about 8 inches long.
I'm gonna check out that tunnel up there.
Okay. Then I'm gonna hide that.
Then I can go rummage through the rocks, see if there's anything cool in there.
It's important to do that.
Oh yeah, there could be like crowbars in there or like iron ore tailings.
Do you think we designated like corners for the changelings to like go to the bathroom in? Because we've been down here for days and there's hundreds of them.
I mean,
No,
they've
you
just
wouldn't-
been
you wouldn't
pooping
wanna be
along the way.
following.
Yeah, you just poop along the way. We're not going back. Hopefully.
I mean,
So there's just
there's probably
300 changelings worth of droppings that at least 2 people had to traverse.
Yeah, they won't thank us.
Okay, write that down. That way, when we run into one of them, inevitably, we have to ask if they stepped in changeling poop.
They're called Risati pellets.
It's
They come out as pellets. Are they cube?
Yeah?
I'm
they're
finding
being
out a
basilisk
lot
meat.
about changelings right now.
being in basilisk cubes.
What?
Being in basilisk cubes.
They're Risati pellets.
What's that? B&B.
What?
Being in basilisk.
This is definitely appealing to the 7-year-old demographic.
They're filling time while you're trying to
It's-
find out
it's
something.
like-
I've been done for a while.
It's like it's
Well,
like,
I have a lot to say about changelings pooping.
it's like herringons. They poop pellets.
If you want to discuss changeling poop, put it in the comments below.
Should we keep talking about changeling poop?
No.
I think we've talked about everything that can be said about changeling poop,
Yeah.
so we can move on.
Oh, good.
I'm satisfied and
Glad.
Just stop.
relieved. Now I'm done.
You're relieved too, huh? What?
What?
What shape are your pellets?
Human. They come out as big old human shapes.
Not little llamas?
No, they're shaped exactly like what I eat.
Are you gonna rummage through the boulders?
I don't know.
Anyway, what's in this room we just got to? You look like you're done.
Only I'm in there right now.
Hey, Zoriel, what do you see?
I don't know. What do you see in your Rubble pile?
I don't know. Let me roll for it. I got a 12 in my investigation and rock.
What just happened? We spent like 4 minutes talking about poop. Changeling poop. And then
Alex.
David Wong poop. Whose poop is apparently exactly what he eats.
Nine's just
Not
investigated.
exactly. It's a cartoon exaggeration of what I ate.
Nine's just investigated the rubble at the end of the track.
And I went into the room.
Okay.
I would follow at a respectful distance, but I don't want to be behind
You're
you.
busy
Frying up
literally
spikes.
stealing things that are nailed down.
You're stealing the nails.
The nails that were nailed down.
Yeah.
With great success.
That's where we're at right now.
Glad we've made progress.
Have I been killed
is-
by a monster?
This is funny because the beginning of this episode is literally off of the rails.
Well, that ended it.
Let's get back on track.
I don't know. I feel like we're being railroaded through something.
Choo choo.
You two need to mine.
Okay.
Are we back now?
Are we good? Little reset from Changeling.
We're all good.
Okay.
So what's in the what's in the rubble?
In this room,
No, in the rubble.
at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
He's checking the rubble.
Okay.
He's doing
I got a
spikes, and I'm going in the room.
Rocks. You got your spikes in the room.
I get to see the room.
There's nothing in the rubble other than rocks.
Oh.
Typical.
In this room, it is filled with crates. It seems like upon a pretty quick investigation that these crates indeed once contained food supplies. There's flour and sugar and things. They look petrified at this point.
Petrified sugar.
Yeah.
Like turned to stone by basilisks, or just really, really old?
Really, really old.
Okay.
Didn't go bad. It's not moldy or anything, is it?
It's wet in here.
It's pretty wet in the caves. There's a lot of moisture in
How
there.
many crates of this
So,
food?
yeah.
is there?
It's like it's been turned into something very not sugar anymore.
How many crates of things are in here?
There's probably about 2 or 3 dozen different crates in here.
If I purified it, would it be palatable again?
It's not even food at this point.
Ah.
It's not like spoiled food. It's completely changed into something else.
So,
Yeah.
been here for a while.
It's like beyond food.
Ow.
So, yeah, this room doesn't have any new food in here.
Are there any markings on the crates?
Yeah, there are some markings. You recognize one of them fairly quickly. The others you think are maybe some sort of supply indicator of like what's in the box. But it's in a type of dwarven script that is so old that you don't recognize it anymore. This is like predates the emergence of Glendrangan as a language.
Very old dwarven script.
Yes. But you do recognize one of the symbols, and it looks different, but similar enough where you think it's probably one and the same. It seems to be a marking of the Gratfell family.
Can I check all these crates for anything hidden in here, or is it just foodstuffs?
Yeah, do you want to, like, investigate around?
Yeah.
Sure, make an investigation check then.
Guidance. Investigation. 12.
With a pretty thorough search being completed, you don't think that any of the crates have anything valuable in them.
I look behind the crates.
Okay. Why don't you make another investigation check?
Guidance.
This number.
Anything bad in those
13.
crates?
13 behind the crates.
I think we need. When did it, we ordered the pixel dice during
We just need more light here.
during the last during that fundraiser last year?
Yeah.
We had ordered them, and
Yeah, the light up dice.
yeah, I want
For-
the light up dice.
For Ulsa.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that is in no way criticizing the Pixel team. It's been pretty chaotic, so
Yep.
don't think of it that way. We just are anxiously awaiting them because they're cool.
13.
You don't think that there's anything you've missed outside of the crates either?
I found nothing behind the crates.
All right, I stand on top of one of the boxes or crates.
Okay, make a stand on top of one of the boxes or crates check.
Crap.
Add your proficiency bonus,
Oh, it's gonna be like 20.
20. Ooh, you stood on the crate very well.
It didn't break.
Meow meow.
All right, let's go to the next room, I guess. There's not much else here.
No, this is
Okay.
a very...
Sometimes a room just has old flour in it.
Sometimes a room's just a room.
No,
with old boxes full
They're
of
all
not
full of
food
traps.
anymore.
this is Dungeons and Dragons.
Traps or gold, one of the two.
Yeah.
So now I'll bring this back up so people could see it, rather than me going back and forth between screens all the time. You come across a fork. And you've got to decide where to go next.
Is it better than my other cave fork?
Yes.
Okay, I take that one and replace it with my current one.
Very good.
Let's head south.
You want to head south. All right. Behind that, while I reveal that portion of the map.
How's that cave fork?
Oh, 1 second, I have to find it in here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I've got a slightly better cave fork, and
Mhm.
now I can change that to.
Slightly even better.
Is it slightly even better, or is it now just a better cave fork?
It's a better cave fork.
Wow.
Wow, that's.
Is that uncommon, rare magic item?
It is a very rare non-magical item.
All right, I leave my slightly better cave fork there. And
Yeah,
I
you have to replace it.
Yeah, you can only use one inventory slot for that.
And if you don't leave it there, then we can only go one way. Because it won't be a fork anymore.
I can't wait till we can find an even better cave
Ooh,
fork.
even.
Eventually, you'll get like a legendary weapon out of this.
All right.
She's just gonna stop letting us go into caves just
So-
all together.
Yeah.
Oh, you found a big one.
You found a very large room.
Echo.
Meow, meow, meow.
What's in the room?
Do we get attacked now by something that heard our echoing?
So this very large chamber has quite a bit of slowly dripping water that's forming the very beginnings of stalactites. You can see in here that this is, unlike other parts of the cave that you have been in till now, very clearly mined out. There are piles of tailings set into the floor, taking up quite a bit of space. And this is the first sign of real civilization activity going on.
Can we tell what they were mining?
If you take a look through the tailings, it's pretty obvious that there's like little tiny bits and scraps of like iron and some of the common metals, but in less quantities, copper, bauxite, things like that. But it's mostly iron. I mean, the city's name is Iron Vale.
Oh.
I don't get it.
Wait.
Are any of them magnetic?
Do you have a magnet?
Do you have a magnet? I don't know if you do.
I think you have a
Because if
compass.
you have a magnet, you could test that,
I
but
don't think I do.
Gross oversight on your
We don't
tools.
even know how they work, so.
No, I have a compass. But we don't know how that works.
You have a
either.
regular compass?
It just says compass, yeah. I've had that for a long time. I got it from Jonah.
I'm gonna
know what
go,
that guy's
I don't
up to
think
right
you have
now.
a magnet.
Well,
But
put
there's
that
a
on the
there's a
list.
lot of tailings in these piles. There are little tiny scraps of iron and some other metals in here.
I'm gonna look around to make sure there's nothing. I'm just gonna look for trouble.
Looking for trouble.
Make sure there's not any monsters in this big.
Why are you looking at me?
Why don't you make a perception check? We'll
Guidance.
we'll call it a perception check for this one.
12.
Nothing really seems to jump out from the shadows. You're not getting any sense of unease here.
Okay. Shall we move on? Do you want to check this room more?
Ooh, I'll investigate the room.
Go ahead. Make an investigation check.
14.
Good. You already rolled, so it doesn't count.
Ow.
I'll allow it. I haven't given you the result.
17.
17. Okay. You dig through the tailings and just find sometimes occasionally larger pieces of iron. There's a couple of chunks of kind of copper ore you can see have really oxidized. They're quite green. You find a little... The most interesting thing you find is a little tiny sliver of malachite.
It's not very interesting to me. I move on.
Okay.
What are the paths out of here?
Let me bring that back up. One moment. So, you'll be able to see. There's my random encounter table making a little
Guest
appearance.
appearance.
Guest appearance. There is, and that is in white and black. There are exits out there, and down here. That's where you came in.
Shall we go to the eastern facing one, see if it loops back?
Sure, we'll check
Let's
that
see
one.
if we can complete that.
Yeah, we're gonna look in the right. The
Gotta
eastern.
max out the map
Sure.
completion rate.
Yeah, we might find a potion.
Plus, when you get 100%, you get a bonus item.
Yeah, and the true ending.
Yeah, the true ending.
Oh, there's two paths. Okay.
There we go. Try not to show the viewers anything they're not supposed to see, so that's why I cover it while I undo it, because sometimes I screw up and reveal too much of the map.
Do we want to go north or northeast?
Oh, let's go northeast.
All right, we're gonna go through that side tunnel over on the right side.
Okay, so you are going through
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
All right. For viewers that can't see this, if you're ear watching, there was a split in the pathways, then a large room, and they found a path that navigated back to where they were, and now they're continuing on with a path closer to where they entered this room originally.
I hope we found more dead, gross flour.
Why?
I don't know. It's kind of cool.
What is it? I thought it smelled.
It did.
All right.
Olsef, what do you hope we find?
I hope we find the end of this tunnel so we can get out.
That's a better answer.
That's
the
the
room
boring
that you-
answer.
So the room that you enter has many small holes in it, and the room itself is about 50 by 75. And it's been fairly roughly carved out. You can still see all sorts of pickaxe markings on the rock and everything. Fairly obvious that this isn't a natural formation. But there's a lot of small holes all over the floor in this room.
Like pin size? What is small?
About 2-inch diameter. And they seem to be in an array.
Like they were carved out. They're not natural.
It's pretty clear that they're not natural, that these are some sort of
Drill.
chisel or drill that has been made here.
So in an array, you mean that they form like a grid pattern.
Correct.
I stick. I'll stick my staff down into one if it's about 2 inches wide.
Okay.
How far down does it go?
About 1 inch.
Oh.
But it feels sort of soft when it dunks.
Ooh.
Try a couple more.
They all have the same reaction. Seems
Does
like
it-
about 1 inch down, then there's something kind of soft at the bottom of it.
Does it feel like it's moving at all? And if I just hold the staff against it? Like it's alive?
It doesn't feel alive. It feels more like sand.
Oh, sand.
I could use
Also, stab it with your flamey sword.
You want me to melt it? What?
Why don't you stab it?
I take my hammer, and what I want to do is break the surface between like 4 of these holes to break out a square.
How far apart are they?
They're about 3 feet apart, each of them.
That's gonna be a lot of breaking.
Yeah, there's only 2 inches. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna use my crowbar as a chisel and hammer it and see if I can break the surface.
I'll say that you spend about 10 minutes, and you chip away at some of the stone, but you're mining through hard limestone underneath a mountain. You don't make quick progress.
Well, the stone is very hard. Can I scoop out some of the sand from one of the holes? It's only like an inch down.
So you're reaching your hand down in there?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull some out.
We can,
Suck down into the hole.
as you go to like kind of scoop some of it out, you realize that it does have sort of the feel of setting something in sand, but you also quickly realize that there's like burlap, some sort of cloth over the top of it. You can feel that texture.
Maybe it's the stuff that we blew up Iron Bale with. Like they're blowing it up with explosives.
We should definitely stab with a flamey sword then.
Also, as we're gonna go in the other room.
So is there any other way out of this room other than the way we came in?
Yeah, the passage continues on. You guys hadn't gotten a very good look. Well, you guys hadn't had a look at it. I was describing the room, and then you got distracted by the holes.
Well-
I'll put that up. So you do have another very clear way out.
Can I pull one of the bags of burlap out?
Yeah, it takes you a little bit, but you eventually get the material and you kind of pinch it, and you can pull it up out fairly smoothly. Doesn't get a lot of resistance, and you wind up with, after pulling it out, sort of a loose bag, about the size of, I don't know, like both your fists put together like that, and has sort of this greeny stuff inside. You haven't seen it yet.
What's it smell like?
It smells mostly like limestone cave at this point.
Oh.
Throw it
I'll
on the
look
fire, see
inside.
what happens.
Okay, you untie the bag. It's just a loose tie on it. And inside you see a black substance, some sort of black grains.
What is it?
It looks like poppy seeds.
Okay, so I will say, Zoria, let me try something with that.
Do you taste it?
She said it was poppy seeds.
I mean, it tastes like ash and ozone
This
So-
is terrible.
and
So
rotten eggs.
I take like for me like a tip of a fingerful
Sure,
of
yeah.
the black substance,
Yeah.
and I put it on a back in the corridor,
Okay.
like 10 feet or so, and I touch the flaming sword to it.
It goes poof. There's a little flash and a poof, and then some
We
smoke.
definitely need to get as many of these bags as we can.
Definitely need to get as many.
We start reaching in and start grabbing bags.
Yeah.
Okay.
I use the tongs from my cooking utensils.
Okay. That doesn't help a whole lot because it's just so small. They kind of get caught on it.
Yeah.
But
Doesn't help.
You're able to get all the bags out, and in this bunch, you've been able to retrieve 61 little pouches.
Ooh. And-
Hey, Holwyn. Is this a blasting powder?
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Who wants to carry it?
I'll just put them in my bag.
Yeah, I'd say definitely put it in the bag where it's the least likely to explode. That stuff's pretty dangerous.
Yep. Oh, it'll go right next to the fireplace I keep lit in there.
So just for our edification, does blasting powder go off because of a flame or a spark, or because of percussion?
In this application, it will go off because of flame or spark.
Okay. I guess we'll move on through the tunnel that's in this room.
Okay. Revealing the map. I am revealing the map. You head about 10 feet up the tunnel, and you come to split in the path. Where you can go north up a tunnel or continue more westward.
So it doesn't connect to the other entrance that we saw?
At the split, no, the rooms are fairly far up here. I'll just point up for you
Yeah,
guys.
Okay, so it does reconnect.
It does reconnect there.
Alright. So we'll keep going up that center one then, if the other path connects.
Yeah, that does connect. I just didn't feel like pulling it all up for the viewers to see everything, so you guys get to see it. You go north a little ways and then reach a T-junction, where you can either go to the left, which has sort of a southwestward, and then you can see down the path, it kind of bounces back up northwest again, or you can go on the path that has a very northward, with just a slightly, so it's like north by northeast, up that other path.
Do you want to take a taste of the tea while we're at this T-junction?
It's cave aged.
I've
What makes
already
it fancy?
pretended to quit the show once today.
we'll go-
Don't do it to me again.
We'll take the leftmost option.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes, whichever way that's going.
Yeah.
And I'll have an Earl Grey with that.
Yeah. Or hot.
All right.
She's just ignoring us now.
I know.
I almost feel like it's somehow our fault.
What are we gonna do with all this blasting powder?
When you reach
Blast something.
this room, this room is filled with what are fairly easily recognizable as some sort of discarded carapace.
So by the way, is this the one that went sort of southwest, or the one that went mostly north?
I'll pull that up. Here's where they are, everybody.
Okay, so we're in that room.
We're in that room. Yep.
Investigate, I will do.
So this room is filled. I mean, you can walk around in it. It's sort of like if you've ever been around a lot of geese. They just kind of poop everywhere on like a grass or a sidewalk. And yeah, there's spots where they haven't pooped. But you have to sort of tiptoe all over the place if you don't want to step in it.
How big are these
makes sense.
carapaces?
The carapace that you see in front of you, and they vary in size, this particular one, it seems to fit a creature that if you kind of placed it, if it were something on top, the creature would probably be 25 feet long.
That's a big carapace.
It is.
Let's investigate it.
Some are a little smaller, some are a little bigger.
Alright.
There's a few that seem quite small by comparison that are only about 6 feet long.
So what do they seem to be made of?
As near as you can tell, it's some sort of calcified material. It's like seashell.
I hit one with my crowbar.
I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for
I don't use
danger.
both hands because I'm holding my sword.
So it makes a nice ding and like some flecks are chipped off from it, but the shell itself doesn't just shatter. If you take a close look at it, you'll see the shells are about 1/4 inch thick. So they're hefty.
I'm just keeping an eye out for danger, because
Okay.
whatever these things might be from might still be around.
You could
They
put a
would
bunch
be
of
big.
blasting powder on them.
I feel like the blasting powder would be better used clearing a path for the Ursati.
Not creating claymores that we're going to stand next to.
No.
Okay.
The longer that you examine them, the more you come to understand that in the dim light, it's a little hard to make out color, but they seem to have sort of a greenish blue tint to them. And when you touch them, you get a little bit of that on your hand. It's kind of an aquamarine almost color.
So
But-
is that the color of the shell, or is it something that's like coating it?
It's a little hard to tell. When you see the shell, that's the color. But there's also a lot of limestone dripping that's been going on here. Could be something contained within the stone. You can see wet spots hitting almost every shell at some part because you're in a very liquidy cave.
Is there any sign of where these things that left the shells would be or went?
Not here.
Okay.
It seems to be more of like a room where they just do their shitting.
Well, I'm gonna investigate for anything valuable or of interest.
Go ahead. Make
Guidance.
an investigation check.
Not good at all.
Okay.
7.
Yeah, that really wasn't good. I thought you were like more like 11 or something. But
Oh,
nope.
no.
No.
Would anyone else like
There's
to check?
there's not much that you find in here
Guidance.
other than these shells.
With my +0.
That's the inherent problem with an investigation check and a perception check. If you do poorly, even if there's nothing to find in an area or nothing to see,
You don't know.
the player sort of defaults to thinking, oh, there's got to be something here that I'm missing. You know, that's kind of the problem with them.
Well, I got a 10.
Wow.
You don't see anything more than Soria does.
So I noticed them poking around and decide, well, I might do that too.
See what I mean?
Uh-huh. Guidance.
And the player doesn't know. It's kind of the game's structure where you know that your result wasn't that good. And you have awareness of that as a player, but your character wouldn't know.
13.
It's just shells dripping water from the ceiling and the walls.
All right. Well,
Well, we all thoroughly investigated and did this really well, so let's leave.
Yeah,
let's go check the other pathway.
sure. I'm gonna pop over on my screen and reveal that real quick.
What do you think made those shells?
Probably something that's nice and friendly.
Have I ever heard of any animals through my knowledge nature that might be something that has shells like that?
I mean, you've heard of some things like, snails have stuff like that.
Snails.
You also know that there's some insects that have,
Insects.
like really tough carapaces on them
Right.
that they might shed. There's a lot of species out there that go through some sort of shedding process, the carapace. But these seem to, be pretty large.
It
And
was from a
you
big
don't know
animal.
anything for sure that sheds that. So,
Well, I hope
A
that
big
they are.
animal, huh?
Yep.
I
I'll
hope
write that
they
down
are-
in my big notepad that I carry when I try to solve mysteries.
Yes.
come to the next intersection. And I've revealed a little pillar there that you kind of walk around. You make that out pretty quick. You've got two choices of where to go. You can go northward, or you can go
East.
eastward.
East.
North.
You want to go north?
We're not in sync here.
Okay. Well, gotta pick one.
I go north.
North.
North, because I'm afraid of being left alone.
Okay.
Unless Helwyn wants to come with me.
No. Holman's gonna go with their best judgment and also go north, since that seems to be the prevailing
Bestie.
choice. So, I'm gonna clean that up and then reveal the next part.
Why didn't you want to go east?
You know what happens east.
Well, I don't. That's why I want to go there.
Oh, me either. I just figured that the track was to our east, so that might be the way forward, so I wanted to make sure this way was clear. Was my actual reasoning.
Oh, okay.
Because we
Oh.
went west of the track.
I was going to say it's because you like disagreeing with
So I'm going to reveal the
Ah.
room so people have an idea of what this looks like. Then I'll give you a description. Okay. Let me move up a little bit and over. So it's nice and center. There we are.
It has.
Spikes.
Got these big, large marks on the map. I'll explain them in a moment.
Is it a rib cage?
But wanted you guys to have
It might be a rib cage.
an idea of what this was. I'd keep it up, but I've got my notes on the computer, and it's also what I show the thing on, so I have to switch. Sorry, folks.
I hope it's
This
a rib
room-
cage.
Above you, you see huge, arcing bones from what appears to be a rib cage from some sort of giant species. Could be dragon? Nothing here that really proves that, though.
I think the further we go in, the smaller we get.
The bones are clear in that they are stone. They are fossilized. So these are not some sort of recent thing. They are fossils. They loom above you.
Oh, hi.
It's about 30 feet above you. And
I need
the
like
room
a-
is about 80 feet wide. They cover most of it.
We need like a trident.
These rib bones are about 60 feet long.
Can we use the Ormal to make a new trident?
Yeah. I could probably turn our pot back into a trident when we're done with it.
I think the pot's going to be more useful.
So these rib bones protrude down 20 of the 30 feet.
No, sorry. They do arc down. The ceiling kind of arcs with them. They're still in the stone.
Oh, okay.
So they're just like a rib cage. They arc inwards. And the ceiling comes down with them.
Can we reach any of them? Can I reach it?
They're about 20 feet up from the floor. That's their lowest point.
Get on my shoulders also.
I want to watch this.
I turn into Ulsa, so I'm taller.
No, you climb on mine.
Oh, okay. I climb up on Ulsa's shoulders as Ulseth.
I'm seeing double.
All right.
For
Which one's the
Ulseth?
real Olsef?
Well, obviously, I am the real Ulseth.
Sure.
Count counterexample.
I win.
Do we have something that makes us bigger or smaller?
I have a spell that does, but I didn't prepare it because I'm all outfitted for making a bunch of food and water right now.
That's important.
Yeah.
So, with
You can really
Zoria
use some
standing on
Jebediahs around
with
here.
Zoria standing on my shoulders, can she reach any of the ribs?
Since he's 7.5 feet tall, so I'm 7.5 feet tall.
Yeah, but you're also.
Yeah, but you're not standing on top of his head.
I'm standing on his shoulders.
Yes. So you probably lose like 8 inches.
So we're like 14 feet up.
Yeah, I'll say you can probably reach up to like 18 or so, maybe
And
17.
and he says like,
Yes, it's
20.
about 20 feet up.
all right, I take my staff and I poke it.
Okay, you do that.
Did they tip over?
Does it say anything? The ribs.
What even does it say?
Like, ow, my ribs.
Does it make a musical tune?
Yeah. Does it make? Oh yeah. Does it make a music?
No, it just clinks like stone. Think.
Can I climb on top of the Olsefs and try to get on top of the bone?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. Make an athletics check. That's what I'm gonna say here.
10.
Okay. Both Ulseths. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution.
I had a lot of beans in the last few days, so.
25.
6.
Okay. Soria, you take
Soria, who is this Soria?
Ulseth 2. You take 2 damage from Nine's climbing his way up you as he starts to slip at one point and, goes and holds on, digs in with his claws. You
But
take
then I
2
look
damage,
like I knew exactly what I was doing when I
and
did that.
then you get up to the top, Nines. Ulseth, I need you to make an athletics check for holding this together since you've decided to do this.
And no one told me not to, so it's really your fault.
23.
Somehow you are managing to stay stable. So you're up on, you're up there now. What do you want to do?
What am I looking for?
And cool stuff.
I look for cool stuff.
There's a rock that used to be bone. That's cool.
Can I jump on it?
No, can you invert gravity?
You have a crowbar or a bachelor bar fall off a chunk.
Okay, I take my crowbar and just hit it for a bit. I don't know. I'm on top of it.
All right,
I caught my tail. I don't know what to do up here.
right? you damage the fossil. Very good.
Speak with that. He needs a mouth.
Yeah, if we can find the mouth, it also says within 10 days, but considering what we found, maybe our DM will be nice.
What do you mean? Considering you found what this?
No, if we find the head, well, it's a big thing. For Speak with Dead, I need a head, and for it to die within 10 days. And in Giant Time, who knows how long their 10
Yeah.
days really is like?
How? Just. All right, come on down.
No, I'm scared.
Okay, we'll leave you up there.
No! Olsef, catch me!
Okay.
How far are you two standing away from
I'm
each
standing
other?
on top of Olsa.
I'm on the bottom. Which one do you want to catch you?
You guys are standing in a straight line on top of each other.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, how far are you apart? There's 0 inches.
Okay, I'll get down and get ready to catch Nine with Olseth. You have
I look
Featherfall, right?
down. Yeah, but I don't want to use the spell slot.
Oh, okay.
Catch me, Olsef! And I jump.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Which one of you... Soria, are you sticking your arms out to try to catch Nines?
Yes, but
Okay.
not so much as to interfere with Olseth actually
Okay, so you're
catching
like
Nine.
T-Rexing it like, okay. And he's,
No, I
like,
got
holding
off
your
of
arms, like,
Olseth. Nice one.
How?
I climbed down him.
But he's still up there.
Olseth?
Well, I thought I climbed on top of the.
Just climb down.
I thought nine.
Oh,
I thought nines went on top of the bones.
You
yeah.
can't go on top of the bones. They're in the ceiling.
Oh, okay. Then I just crawled.
Yeah,
Then I
Nines
just
is
crawled down.
standing on your shoulder.
I thought.
Sorry, I got confused.
We both thought that he went on top of the bones.
I didn't. Just climb down. Try not to hurt.
I jumped.
Sorry,
I climbed on the Olsef ladder. If it's just that easy.
You're all down.
We're all down.
we're all down safely, except
That was a very difficult 30 minutes.
You burp your way down in contrived, book magic.
did Nines chip
So-
off any of the fossilized rib?
Yeah, you guys got all showered in it. He smacked it with his crowbar.
I pick up as many big chips as I can.
There's not many. It's mostly just dust.
Well, how many big chips are there?
0 big chips. But
How
you
many
can have
small chips
You
are there?
have a bunch of small chips.
Little chips?
The little chips, yeah. It's like the
Okay.
bottom of a Doritos bag.
Now when we
throw
cast
some
True
rocks at it,
Resurrection on
Elsa.
this.
I pick up those chips. I have how much? Like a handful?
Sure.
I have a handful of fossilized rib chips.
This will be great when we have True Resurrection.
I feel like it has to be actual bone, though.
No, I don't think so. Anyway,
I'd have to look at that.
I don't
would
think you
avoid that.
technically need any part of the body for True Resurrection.
It's not the body I'm concerned with.
The soul?
Yes.
I see.
Okay.
Do I know of any creatures that would be this big?
You know of dragons.
Oh, okay.
Does it look like a dragon ribcage?
We have seen a dragon ribcage before.
I did describe it as it could be a dragon rib cage,
Oh.
but there's nothing that necessarily proves that here. It's just very large, and that's the only thing that you know of that can get even anywhere close to this big. But this is bigger than any dragon you've ever heard of.
I think it's really important when we walk into a room and there's just nothing there except, a thing.
Set dressing.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with anything and doesn't help move the narrative along or whatever, that we do this kind of thing.
All right, the next time you want to go past a room and then get attacked by a giant dragon ghost, be my guest. But what are the next?
It's mostly the climbing on top of each other, not knowing how you're physically arranged because you didn't envision the space quite right as I described it. Which is, it happens, but then sorting that out
Yeah.
is the
So,
difficult part.
what are our path options?
It took long enough where my computer went into rest mode, so give me a second to get it back up.
We're doing D&D well.
Do we get a rest too? Oh,
Your-
no.
Your path options are there. You have one path out of this room,
And then there's the
and
other.
you still have the other path.
Well,
Well, let's leave the room.
let's go south from
Okay.
this room.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah,
This is going great.
we're really good at this.
We're the best at adventuring.
We always take advantage of every potential adventure
Option.
and try to collect whatever we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are the hoarders of D&D. Just
That's what bags of holding were made for.
When you get to the end of this path, you're back on the rail.
Ooh. We got back to the rail.
Yes.
Did it reconnect with that other path? No, it didn't. Oh.
So you are back on the railway. You can see, I'll move this just a little bit because it's kind of cut off by the screen here, but not by much. You can see that there is a way continuing northward.
Let's go that south one.
And then there's a way south, and there's rubble at the bottom of this.
Which presumably connects to the other.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a fairly safe assumption.
Alright, yeah, let's check that southern path.
Okay. I can reveal that for you all.
Yeah, now we're on the same page.
And it's important to explore everything because you never know what you're not.
Yeah, we could have been eaten by a giant ghost dragon if we didn't hit its rib cage with a crowbar.
It had 1 HP left.
When you walk into this
Finished
room,
it. How much XP did we get?
You gain 9 levels.
as you get closer, there's an eerie sort of blue glow
Oh boy.
coming from this room. Before you've even rounded the corner, you can see this.
It's not one of those creepy mushroom things, is it?
And it fades a little bit, and then grows, and fades a little bit, and then grows, the luminosity.
I put on my fervent protection gear. Just in case.
And you occasionally hear the sound of almost like distant lightning and thunder kind of crackling.
Let's
Okay.
blindly walk towards it.
Since you are well protected against fervent energy, perhaps you should go ahead.
Well, does it... Okay, we're hearing lightning. Do I smell anything like ozone smell?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You
boy.
do.
So there might be like a lightning crystal shooting lightning bolts. So,
Some free
Seth,
lightning
since you're
crystal.
covered in metal, you're probably the safest to go in, right?
It'll channel it around you.
Yeah. That's how it works, right?
Yeah, right down
You're a
to the
master
ground.
firebender, right?
You can hold out your sword, and that'll act as a lightning rod.
Into you.
That'll keep them safe. All three of them.
All right.
So this was headed back
There's four of
west,
Yeah.
and we had passed
Andal's
a quarter headed east. Let's see if they connect
Javal's
to the
hanging
same
back.
room.
Oh, okay.
Right now, just making sure the changelings know what's going on. Now,
Alright,
so-
he knows there's, only a certain way through here, so he decided to just hang back.
So I want to very quickly, and you can come with me if you want, go back up through the fossilized rib room to that corridor that headed east to see if it connects to the same
See if
crackly
we-
blue
yeah.
light
It does.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it links here. This is the other pathway.
Okay.
Well, this could be very exciting, or it could be very dangerous,
could,
or
yeah.
very irrelevant.
If I had a fly speed, I'd turn into a rubber duck.
I don't.
And you guys haven't actually gone in the room yet,
Yeah.
correct?
No, we're
Yeah,
just seeing,
I'm-
just seeing and hearing and smelling.
I'm wearing the least amount of metal,
Okay.
so I'm
And
going
you've got
to
fervent protection suit.
creep into the room
Okay.
and just to get eyes on.
In this room, there is a very large crystal, probably 20 feet across. It's still coated in rock, and it sits basically in this pillar, unremoved from the mountainside. And it's got little bits of like electric crackling going on, just tiny little arcs going from one part of the crystal into the other. Just that's the noise you're hearing and what's causing most of the ozone smell. You can see these little arcs jumping from one point to another that are uncovered by the rock.
Could I have one of those spikes? I throw the spike at the crystal.
Okay, it catches a little electrical arc for a second, and then falls down.
So when I got close,
When it connected,
when I connected, okay.
Do you see anything? Does it seem to be connected or powering anything?
There's a big lightning-y crystal. Does it look like a fervent crystal? Or is it like some sort of elemental?
it looks pretty similar to other fervent crystals that you've seen. It's just gigantic, and I mean, it still has stone on it. You've never seen, if this is a fervent crystal,
Or
you
bomb.
realize that you've never seen one in situ.
It might be a fervent crystal.
I go in to peek at it and use my fervent tech knowledge to see what I can find out about it. I'm also checking to see if it seems to be connected to anything in any way.
You can tell pretty quickly that if it's connected to anything, the connections are buried deep underneath layers of stone. Picture like a 25-foot wide sort of pillar in the center of this room, and there's a crystal in it.
Embedded in
That's
the pillar.
all part of this natural stone pillar. It's as though they were mining this and then just mined around it.
Okay. Well, it is good to know this is here in case we ever need to find fervent crystals. We can break pieces off, perhaps, or excavate it. But right now, I think it is too dangerous.
And there's a way around it, so it should be fine to take the Rusati through. the ribcage room.
But let us remember it is here.
Yeah.
So, are we going to want them to come along the path if we can get rid of the rubble?
Javal had mentioned several times that leading people through these winding and twisting caverns might be a bit dangerous. And indeed, you've experienced that these pathways are much more slippery, have poorly made and leveled steps that go up and down from time to time. It compared to the other pathways you've been on, I mean, this is much more dangerous.
Well, we could try clearing the rubble with the blasting powder.
Or make it worse.
Or make it way worse.
No, let us try just a bit. We will use one bag deeply embedded into the rubble to see if it clears it out.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go to the north side of the rubble.
Okay.
I have string. I'll take 2 feet of string,
Dip it in oil.
dip it in oil. We've done this before.
You are familiar with how to make a fuse.
Yes,
So,
I make a fuse
A
out of
crude
some of my
fuse.
string.
and we'll try and bury it in the rubble.
Sure, you can pick up a few stones. You find a little pocket kind of in there. Bury it back in.
The changelings were waiting on the exact opposite side.
No,
Okay.
Javal had them stay back a ways.
Always. Okay.
Okay, so everybody run away. I light it and run away.
Okay.
Run away.
After about a minute's time, seems like it takes too long, you then hear a thunderous booming noise. It
From one little bag. Huh?
sends a shockwave bouncing and reverberating all over the place in these tight, completely enclosed corridors.
I mean, the bags are like this big.
And when you go back to investigate, you see that it certainly has cleared some of the stone. Not all of it, but it has blown stone into bits and pieces along the sides and made a small pocket here. But it's progress.
Does it seem?
How much progress?
Yeah.
Should we?
It probably cleared back about, I don't know, 3-4 feet worth of stuff. It's really pulverized these rocks into small bits, thrown some around. I mean, it didn't just obliterate the things there. It, crushed them up through the intense pressure and threw them about.
Do it again?
How many bags
Try
did we
to-
get?
61.
We have 60 left. I tried to bury this one deeper into the rubble pile.
Okay.
Like using my crowbar and things, trying to pry something open so it gets at least 3 or 4 feet in.
Why don't you make a strength check, see how successful you are with this.
Okay.
$24.
Wow, very strong.
I have
Yeah, you're able to get it about 6 feet in, underneath the rock. It takes quite a bit of holding, but you get that back there, and it's got a little fuse string you've made up.
Same thing, run
Yeah.
away.
Okay.
Light it, run away.
You light it, and again another thunderous boom, and then similar results, but a little more in some ways. It cuts back a little further into this rubble pile.
What's the structural integrity of the tunnel look like?
The tunnel looks pretty good. It's got reinforced beams
Okay.
holding up the roof and all that. So, I mean, this was a proper mining area at one point.
All right.
Well, I guess we're gonna keep blowing things up.
Yeah, we'll keep going. Similar process.
Same thing.
Okay. Do you simply want to repeat this process until you make your way through?
Ideally, yes.
Okay. It takes about 20 bags.
Whoa.
And then you've cleared a pathway through. I'll say that you were even, after a little while, you thought maybe one of us should go let them know what's happening. And you sent Holwyn to run back, inform them of what was going on, and then keep everyone good and far away from the stone. And you waited for them to return, and then continued on your progress.
That was the DM protecting us from ourselves.
So was that 20
much.
bags total, or 20 bags including the
Total.
So we're at 41 bags.
40?
Yeah.
All right. I think there was a northern tunnel as well, once we've cleared that.
Yes, you've cleared that first obstacle, and there is a northern tunnel out of here.
What's the northern? Is it more rubble covering the track?
There's more rubble covering the track, yes.
Okay. Let's check the northern tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there another way to look?
Yeah, there was.
We didn't see any hidden doors in the area that we cleared out. Like there was nothing released.
No,
Stuff
there were
buried.
no hidden tunnels off that section.
That was very smart to ask.
When you continue down this path, you come to a junction, but you're able to pretty quickly get a sense of what turning left at this junction would do as opposed to continuing straight. To give you a little bit of a sense of where you are right now. I'll turn off the room numbers that I put there for my sake. You guys are right there. And to your left, heading down this tunnel, you hear more lightning noises. The smell of ozone is even stronger here. You can see a fairly bright blue glow bouncing off of the walls.
I'll go creep up and check it out. The blue glow.
When you reach this room and take a peek inside, you see a room of near solid crystal.
The room, like, made of crystal?
It seems like you're inside a large deposit of fervent crystal, as though you had stepped into a geode. The crystals here, they pulsate with that blue glow, faster than the larger crystal you saw. Electricity, black as the void, arcs across its surface, bouncing from one crystal and outcropping to the next, moving almost undetectably fast. The crystals themselves are a hexagonal structure, and every inch of the surface that you can see when looking into the room is made of them, with little splotches of rock.
In between.
Yeah.
So they're pulsing sort of with a blue glow.
Yes.
Are they pulsing individually or all as one?
All as one.
So Zoria, what have you seen?
A lot of blue crystals.
Are there any loose on the floor?
Did I see any that were loose on the floor?
If you want to go back and look.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I won't, like, run into the room, but I'm just gonna try and look around for anything that looks like it's easily pryable or just sitting on the ground.
Make a perception check. How quick are you trying to be? I want to ask that.
I'll take my time. Guidance.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Oh,
Can you do better on those?
no. I apparently can't roll more than Ulseth's. 13. I rolled a 2.
You see a couple of very small crystal fragments on the ground, and then one or two larger fragments, but they don't seem to be quite as active as the others. They're still pulsing, it's just weaker.
I sneak up behind Zoria. Hey!
Whoa, what?
You see any crystals?
Yeah, they're all over.
Well, loose ones.
Oh, there's some fragments over there.
Well, you should go get it.
Okay. I trust you.
What?
I walk into the room to pick up one of the larger fragments.
Okay,
I
sure.
was just gonna use Mage Hand in a second.
There is always that.
I trust you a lot, Nine.
Why would you do that?
So you
About
go-
this
you
thing
go
we
in
just
and
saw
pick
for
up
the
one of these
first time.
crystals. Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Dirty 20.
You feel no ill effects.
That was a good time to do that.
I'll stick it in. Is there enough room in the? Well, I'll leave the room.
Okay.
Is there enough space in the container with the well, maybe not with the fervent cube. I'll stick it in one of the fervent protection gloves, tie it closed, and drop that into my bag.
All right. You might not want to use that glove later.
We'll steal some more later.
Yeah.
Usually when you drop like a piece of, I don't know, just pulling the metal out of uranium inside of the protective equipment and then leave it there for a while, it sometimes leaves
But it won't leak out as much.
some charged ions in there. No, the protective gear is gonna trap it inside.
Yeah, that's my goal.
It's gonna protect you from that.
Here you go, Elsa.
A crystal in a glove.
Don't eat it.
Someone's open it.
Super radioactive.
I guess we'll check for
Fervent active.
Are we gonna try to grab any other crystals?
It's up to you.
I get.
No, I don't think so. I think we're gonna leave now.
I take a piece of rope,
Okay.
one of my 50-foot pieces, and I tie a loop on the end of it.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. And standing like 10, 15 feet out of the room, I try to toss this, like ring toss,
Okay.
around one or more of the crystals.
Are you trying to grab like the loose ones on the ground or
Yeah,
ones on the wall?
No, the ones on the ground. I'm tossing. There's a loop at the end of the rope, and I'm trying to get.
You're
the loop-
lassoing.
Well, except it doesn't tighten. So I get the loop over that. Yeah, I'm lassoing, okay, but it doesn't. But it doesn't pull tight.
You have
not
to
a
yell,
slip knot.
yeehaw!
No, I don't. And if I get around one, then I'm going to try to slowly pull it toward me.
I can just grab them.
With Mage
You
Hand.
just have to ask.
We don't really want to see your weird cat paw thumb thing.
I summon my weird cat
You
paw
guys are
thumb
really
thing.
resisting the mage hand.
Ah, nines! That is the
mean-
equivalent of my trident. I forgot that you had that.
I was gonna let you try to do that. It's also gonna.
He already did it.
Yeah. Okay. So you do that. Roll.
Dexterity?
I'm gonna guess dexterity here. That seems like the closest applicable skill.
Good.
Let's roll a dexterity check.
18.
You throw it. It kind of lands on top of the crystal. You move it. You kind of spin it a little bit towards you, and like you just threw a rope on top of a crystal. Is what you did basically.
Good aim.
Yeah, I
Hey, Nines.
You definitely
Yes!
did I don't feel like the remote is just out of reach, but I've got my phone. So you're like, and you're kind of like trying to inch it towards you. That was definitely what happened.
Because you didn't yell yeehaw.
Well, now I have to grab a crystal because everyone else did.
Yeah.
So I cast Mage Hand.
Whoa, you can do
I
that?
spawn it on the ground and I make it so it inches forward by pulling using the thumb to pull the rest of the hand to the nearest crystal that I could have just spawned on top of.
It's so weird looking.
Do we got a crystal?
Yep.
Here's a glove.
Put it in the same box.
I
I'm not
drop it
afraid
in.
of the
Tie it.
description of how
Let you
that
drop it in.
happened.
So now there's 2 crystals in the glove.
Oh,
That'll be a good animation. Can we get that?
just
Just a thumb, yeah. So a cat paw being pulled by a human thumb.
Was there any path out of this room, or is this...
no.
Okay.
The room. The room's. It's just the room.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll continue down the other path then.
Okay.
2 fervent crystals in a glove.
That was really deeply satisfying for me to partake in that moment.
At
I
that
do give the thumbs up
Thumbs
before the hand disappears. Just
Just to do it. Yeah.
was
Is that like
fantastic.
the end of... Doesn't he do that in Terminator?
Oh yes, he does in Terminator 2.
Does he melt?
it melts
It melts.
into the
Into
it starts
the-
melting into the earth and gives a thumbs up.
Yeah, like as it's melting. Well, wasn't it like an iron mill or something?
Yeah, they were in
Yeah.
like an iron mill, and as
They melt into...
the Terminator, is being lowered in on a big chain, right?
Yeah.
He does, and all of him is submerged in this molten iron bath. You just see his hand go. I'll do it on camera. Just do that.
We're gonna get a comment. They're like, I avoided watching Terminator 2 for 25 years. I missed every single pop culture reference into it, and you spoiled the movie for me.
Yep. But that would happen to us, wouldn't it?
I hope so. If it happens to you, put it in the comments.
If
Put
it
everything
does-
in the comments.
If it doesn't happen to you,
Also,
put it in the
put it-
comments.
yeah.
Yeah, just if this, if you watch this, just say something in the comments.
Please.
It doesn't matter what.
That was really beggy. Just put it in the comments, please.
We're not even asking you-
This lucky day, someone's gonna finally comment on his YouTube video. It's gonna be your year ago. You're gonna get a whole YouTube comment.
You don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe. We'd appreciate it, but you don't have to. Just comment.
That's it.
So, what's down the path?
Yeah.
You come to another very large room. It has 2 ways out. On its farthest sides.
How many rib cages?
No rib cages here. You have entered over there. Alright. Making sure, that is showing up for the viewers, making sure it's all centered. You enter this very large room, and now back to my written description of it. There's small pools of water, very shallow, like puddles, that dot the floor of this room. There are quite a few natural stone pillars that go from floor to ceiling. Not, any sort of stalactite structure here. They're just left. This room has been mined very thoroughly. It's about 50 feet. There's actually some remnants of scaffolding that are still on the edges of this room. You can tell would have climbed quite high up back when this was still operational. Every single wall and surface in here has a visible strike mark on it, and there's nothing but bare stone on these walls. Whatever they did here, they strip mined this whole place for everything they could in this particular pocket.
What is the scaffolding made out of?
Looks like pretty old wood.
Is it still sound? Or is it
I'm
rotten?
guessing if the flower
it's-
petrified, it's probably pretty rotten.
It's, standing.
Technically.
Okay. I make a real quick look to see if I could find any lengths of wood, say between 6 and 8 feet long, that are still in decent shape.
Are you using yourself as like a measuring stick?
I can see Ulseth just standing next to it.
Yeah. Anything like that. Any pieces like that are still sound.
Do you
We're not
want
gonna-
me to?
Not really slowing us down. I just want to check, and if there are,
Why don't you make a roll a d20?
Do you want me to find you a guy with an orange apron to help you get the piece of wood you're looking for?
Yes. 19. I got a 19 on my D20.
Okay.
Might have to poke something with a stick. I better have one.
You find one piece that doesn't seem like it's completely riddled with dry rot.
One piece of 7.5 foot long wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you got there, Ulseth?
It's one plank that was kind of under some other structures that were above it. Looked like it avoided most of the water contact for these ages. Yeah.
Did you find a piece of wood?
I found a piece of wood in case we need to poke something with a non-conductive material. I have it.
Cool.
Okay.
Let's go to the south passage.
Okay. You want to go to
The south.
the one that's
South facing.
south facing. Got it.
To
I
the-
will reveal that. Give me a moment.
I gently poke Nines with a stick because he berated me.
It's no fair, you're 7 feet away!
What BE rated?
Last time I get you a fervent crystal.
You said
So I'm
he
going
be
to reveal
rated.
this room again, and then
He berated.
Oh, what he be rated?
Yeah.
What
That's way
10
worse.
out of 10.
That's way worse
Oh.
than an A-rated.
he be rated 10 out of 10.
Well, 9 out of 9. is a
and then
lot
I'm
better.
gonna describe the room to you,
Okay.
like I've done before. That is
Oh.
the room
Ooh,
that you
that
come
twists
to.
around.
Yes, the passage goes on for quite a way and twists around over to another smaller room, but still fairly large. Let me pull the description up. This room, there is, I don't know if you noticed, the pathway continues on the other side. This room has a very deep hole right in the center of it. It's about 10 feet wide, incredibly deep. So deep that you can't see, like if you used your flamey sword or anything to try to light it, you can't see the bottom. As you approach this room, you hear sounds of skittering. Little feet or legs moving away from you. And do you continue to follow the skittering
Let's do it.
into the room? Because I'm giving you the choice of not entering the room, is what I'm doing.
Okay, so we're just outside the room. We
Yep.
hear skittering in it.
Yes.
Does
And
it
we see a
sound...
hole.
Can I tell if it sounds like it's running through the passage away or down the hall? Or can I not really
You can't
tell?
really tell from where you are.
Well, let's go in. I walk in.
Okay, I follow.
Sure.
As you enter the room, the skittering fades somewhat into the other room. But mostly, you hear the sound echoing up, but growing ever dimmer from the hole itself.
So it sounds like it's going both ways, but mostly down in the
Mostly
hole.
down, yeah.
Just throw a couple of blast powders down there.
Oh. But there's another way out of this room, right?
The passage continues onward into another room.
Did some of the skittering go into that room?
You believe so, yes.
We follow it then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say, you speak with Animal and be like,
When
hey
you
guys.
go into the next room, it's another room with another deep hole. Again, the skittering fades in front of you as you walk towards it, mostly fading down the hall, but also through the hallway in front of you. It's a little bit louder, and it sounds like there's more feet this time.
Do I hear any skittering from behind us?
No, you don't.
Well, let's keep going.
What's the
What
worst that
could
could
happen? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, skittering, right?
Maybe it's full of skittermanders.
What's a skittermander?
We'll find
Some
out.
space thing.
Oh.
You enter still one more room with a deep hole and even more skittering as you approach. The air here smells stale, as though it hasn't moved in a long time, and as though there may have been quite a few things living in it. Some sort of fecal matter. You can't quite tell what. Its scent permeates the air. And there are some sort of squishy droppings underneath your feet.
Can I identify any? Like, well, how do they look like? Big droppings? Are they like little Rosati pellets? What are we looking at?
It's closer to like a goo.
Oh, okay. It's some sort of like excretion. Though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there another way out of the room?
It continues on. I'll show you this. I hadn't had a chance yet. I'm going to scroll up on this.
It's great that we just are
Continues on.
slowly going through this.
Huh? All right. How loud is the skittering from the other room?
It continues to fade away as you go through the room. This
Yeah.
room, just like the other ones, skittering noises fled down the hall and down the hole.
How long does it take us to go from room to room?
I figure you're probably just spending maybe 20 or 30 seconds in each room, moving on, skirting around the hole, making sure not to fall in.
All right. As we pass this room, I'm going to get ready to cast Bless.
Okay.
On the three of us, just in case.
All right.
I have my weapons drawn.
You continue on. Into the next room, yet one more hole. Smaller than the previous ones, yet somehow darker than the others. As though the darkness in the bottom is moving to consume what little light exists up here. The walls of this hole are completely sheer, straight down. And some of this dark slime that you've been walking through dots the inside of the hole as well, and is dripping over the edges.
Well, we have to make sure this is safe for Asante. Is there another path up?
There is a path that continues out of this room, yes.
You said it almost looks like it's physically dark in the hole. Basically, or
It's
something?
as though... I imagine how smoke fills a room, but you could, like, see it. So if you, snuffed out a fire in a fireplace where the flue hadn't been opened, but the smoke would stick in the room, wouldn't necessarily move into the others, right?
Okay.
It looks almost as though there's a wall of darkness,
All right.
without form, incorporeal.
Maybe you should poke that with your stick.
It's a
Or we could ignore it and pretend it's not the
You
problem.
want me to poke the darkness
It's
with a
about
stick?
15 feet down from the surface, so it's a little out of reach.
Okay. Well, I'm just thinking, what if this is dangerous? We can't really lead all my people past it safely.
Maybe the other side just exits out.
Maybe?
Then we can just blow up the walls here.
Maybe?
Let's just blow something up. What's the worst that could happen?
So there's another
Nothing.
pathway out of this room. Do we hear anything going into that room like we had before?
You mean into...
The northern room. Do we?
No, you don't. You don't hear anything running that way.
So there's another exit. This continues on, basically.
We
There's
don't hear more skittering north of
There's
us.
a chain of rooms.
Yes, you're in your fourth room of this.
But there's no more skittering past us. Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
Well,
throw a
let's get
torch in the
these-
hole.
we need to get everybody past.
We can't just leave dangerous dark mist sitting around with 300 people.
What part of this looks dangerous to you?
Does this feel dangerous to me?
Yeah, it feels dangerous to all of you. Like, this is deeply threatening.
Maybe it's just deeply misunderstood. What's in the next room?
Continuing on along this pathway,
Yep.
you reach what, for the first time in a while now, is a sign of some sort of artificial construction. It's a small rectangular room, and it seems like this may have been a short elevator, maybe about 15 or 20 feet in distance it changed, so not that great of a distance. At the area you enter, it's a little bit of a rubble field. There's, twisted, rusted metal bits down here. Some elements of stone. You think there might even be a couple of wheels of like a mine cart in here. And you look up and you see that there is a large door that goes into some other room, and also pulleys above you, solidifying the idea that this would have been an elevator of some sort.
Is there any other way out, or have we reached the end of this?
That's the end of this. I'll bring up the images here.
And there's a door.
And there's a door, yes.
But it's up.
So I think we need to check out. We need to make sure that shadow thing isn't a problem.
But we don't want to come through here with all of it.
Yeah, I'm just saying we should maybe take care of the shadow thing.
Like make friends with it?
If possible. It seemed pretty threatening.
So, do you want to deal with it at the very last room there, or should we just walk out and see if it follows us?
Well, let's walk into that room. I'll cast Bless, and we can throw a bottle of oil that's lit on fire down into the
I
hole.
like that your first thought is, let's just murder everything.
Well, we're trying to protect my people. And there's a skittering bug thing, maybe.
That doesn't mean it's evil.
You want to try talking to it?
Do I actually have to see the thing when I can't speak with
I
animal?
don't think so. Maybe.
I think you can cast Speak with Animal, and
It's
you can
on
talk
yourself.
with animals. Whether there's anything there to respond, you don't know.
All right, yeah, but just, I cast it, and then I can just talk to animals.
Yeah, like, we're sitting in a room. There could be a mouse in the wall, for all we know. You could cast it and just shout, "Hello, is there a mouse in the room? I would really like to meet you and certainly not eat you." And then there would probably be no response, but you would never know that there was a mouse in the wall.
We could go back all the way to the end and seal off the entrance.
How would that help?
Well, then it wouldn't get out.
Maybe. If it can burrow, it wouldn't matter.
I mean, it'll still take a while to get to where we are. Maybe.
Threatening monsters in...
A badger can burrow 20 feet in 6 seconds.
Does a badger,
doesn't make any sense.
does a badger skitter?
Sometimes.
Some badgers, sure, why not?
Alright, do you want to try talking to it? Or do
I
you
will
want...
try talking to it.
Okay.
So we all walk back into the other room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Threatening dark shadow room.
Threatening dark. Yes.
Okay,
I may cast Speak with Animal.
okay.
Excuse me, threatening dark mass down there.
Okay,
Is anyone there?
no response.
Let's go to the next room.
Is this
Repeat the
still...
process.
Is it still like a shadowy mist?
Yeah,
Do we hear any skittering?
no, you don't hear any skittering.
Excuse me, I'm looking for the Skitterers.
Skitterer stingers?
Yep.
That's what we're going with.
Sure, no response.
I have a 19 to charisma, by the way.
Very charismatic.
All right, we go to the next room.
Again, no response.
Well, I'd really like it if someone came out and said hi to us. Maybe some sort of mouse that's in the wall or something. Like in that example. The example Zarya gave to me.
I gave that to you?
Whatever. We go into the last room.
You hear a little skittering back down the hall.
Hey, you Skitterer! Get back here! I have gum!
Response.
Well, it might be a monstrosity or some sort of shadow monster.
Or just
Yeah.
shy. It might just be shy.
So it was going into the other room, right? What direction we were going?
The skittering
I mean,
just heard.
On either end of this, the skittering goes back down the hole as opposed to in the other room. Is the result that you have now obtained.
So they're skittering in the hole.
Yes.
I'll use my harmonica of speak with monstrosity.
Okay.
If it's a monstrosity rather than a
Sure.
beast. Hello?
No response?
Can you understand me?
No response.
So I got those sending stones, right?
The echo stones?
Yeah, the echo stones.
The echo
Yes.
stones.
And basically, I just put words into it, throw it, and then it makes the noise. It just repeats it. Or
Yeah, so the way the echo stone works, you talk into it and go like, hello, my name is Nines, and then you throw it, and then for 30 seconds afterwards, it will, every 6 seconds, go, hello, my name is Nines.
I'm going to do that into the stone. Walk it the other way, though.
Okay, to the top northern.
So we were in the third one
Yes.
back, right? Well, I go back.
You were-
I go back one and just throw it there because it seems to just not want to be around us.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're trying...
I'm trying to make it sound like I'm in that room.
In the second to last room.
Okay, so
And-
you're trying to make it think that you're in a room that you're not in.
Yes.
Okay.
Zoria.
Make
You
a
too,
stealth
old
check.
chef.
All of you.
Make a wish check.
Including stealth. Including hold on. Okay.
Oh, I got a
15.
bad one.
15?
13.
10.
Oh, I was the
As
best.
a group, you're mostly pretty quiet. Moving to. You don't hear any skittering.
Should we just leave this area then?
I mean,
Well, let's try to remember what the map looked like, and if we're going to lead the people out, how would they have to go?
Well,
we don't know yet. There was a tunnel we didn't explore to the south still. That we should probably check as well.
maybe we don't even have to go through this area. So
Maybe.
Because there's no place to go if we go through it until we get to that shaft, and then we have to climb up because it's broken.
But if there's a horrible monster in there and it hears 300 easy prey things walking through the tunnels, it could just come out of the hole and after them.
Yes, it could.
So where was the other?
To the north in this mining chamber.
I see it.
I'm gonna
So-
bring the map back up to the viewers. This is the other path they're talking about. It's back in that very large room that had been really cleaned out with
So
some little puddles in it.
let's go check that out and then deal with the skittering later.
Okay. You go back down, and I'm gonna take just a moment to clean that up.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, there's like horrible bug monsters maybe. 300 changelings aren't going to be very quiet.
No. And they might decide to come out, and if we
And
can't
feast.
effectively block it because they burrow.
The only thing that you see in this room that's down a fairly long chamber, I'll pull it up here again. And moving up. There we are. you come to, after a fair walk down passageway, come to a room with a pool in it. If it were above ground, you might call it a pond. It's a fairly decent size, filled with water.
Do we see anything in the water?
No.
Is Sturm give me
You
that?
don't.
Storm Grimmy, are you there?
I touch the water.
You all sense,
Nothing.
how to describe this? You all sense sort of a tingle in the air. Somehow, impossibly, there's a little breeze that blows through, that lifts your hair just slightly, and the air becomes fresher. And smells of Lake Sturmgrim. You all have received a boon. However,
It's a boon,
This-
not a
this
boom. That is
boon-
good.
will give you advantage on one roll in the future, but I will determine when that is. So you have a boon of Sturmgrimmy. You have the boon of DM magic.
Storm Grimmy magic.
So basically, this is like having DM inspiration, except I choose when you use it.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
So we reconstruct the map in our minds, remembering where we have been.
Mm-hmm.
What was at the end of the tracks? Was that just more rubble?
It was
Yeah.
just more rubble. I can bring that back up if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Turn them on. Here we are.
So
And did it look like it emptied out into the elevator room?
We're
we
not
don't
sure.
know.
That's
We just know
the end
there's
of the
rubble
tracks
at the
there.
end of the tracks, and that the only other way out
It's through this
is through the
skittering room.
broken elevator.
The skid. Yeah, you have to go through the skittering rooms and into the elevator.
Correct.
Or try to get through the
I
rubble.
think we need to just take care of this skittering thing.
I agree. We need to at least explore that as a way through.
I think you should cast that pass without a trace spell, and maybe we can catch it.
You think we can sneak up on it?
Yeah, why not?
Is it worth using a spell slot for that?
Sure, why not? I use spell slots all the time.
Okay.
I take a torch. What I am thinking of doing is taking a torch, tying it to the end of the rope, and lowering it down to see if we can see what's going on down there.
I was just gonna throw a burning bottle of oil.
Well, that can work too.
But we can do it your way.
As you
If-
approach the rooms,
Mm-hmm.
you don't hear any skittering as you approach them again.
We had just went back to Changeling. It's just eating them while we're over here.
What a comforting thought, Nines!
I walk back to the changelings.
They're all still there.
Okay.
I lower a
Who
torch.
went with you?
I go down. I go to the last one in the sequence, the one just before the broken elevator,
I'm about 10 minutes back.
and I lower a torch down on the end of a rope.
After about 15 feet, it disappears into inky blackness.
And I pull it back up. It's still lit.
No.
Well, that's comforting.
It just went out.
Yes.
Well, I put it back in my inventory. I go back to the one just before that and try again.
You lower it down further, about 25 feet, and then it too disappears out of sight.
And again, no skittering.
No skittering.
Do I have any charge in my knife to just make anything like a cracker? I don't know.
Sure. I'll allow the cracker rule. You can have There's always just
like-
one more cracker to be gotten out of there.
I'm
not a very-
using the
it's like-
base and I'm not hitting
Yeah.
the knife end.
Yeah, well,
It's like
Pounding on the point of the knife.
as you,
it's like you're getting
as
the
you pound
last bit of ketchup out.
As you pound on it, it goes, and then
A little Ritz, like a little
a little
oyster cracker.
little oyster cracker pops out.
Yeah.
That is a raw material, by the way.
Yeah, it's oysters.
I will allow the rule to exist that you can create one cracker after expunging all the rest of the charge.
But there's a 50-50 chance the knife will explode.
No,
No.
you can always get, after spending everything else, one cracker. Just one. That's how it works. And you have to have expended all the rest.
I
And the
just
knife
throw it in there.
coughs when it
It's,
happens.
it's a single oyster cracker. I don't really think it's gonna do.
All right.
So I'm just like over the edge, just like.
And then the cracker tumbles down into the darkness and disappears.
I'm just listening.
No sound.
This is where you're back at.
Did I come back by then?
Sure, yeah. You and
Well,
one come back.
Have you tried detecting magic?
No, I have not tried that.
See if it's magic.
I cast Detect Magic.
Other than the things that you have on your person that are magic and your companion, you detect no magic.
So this darkness is not magical.
Correct.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
we can either climb down into the darkness, we can drop something
Let's not
down
do
into
that
the
part.
darkness, or we could climb up the elevator shaft.
Or we could ignore it and she's the okay. Just throw it.
I throw a bottle of flaming oil down into the hole.
After about 25, 30 feet, it disappears into darkness and nothing more is seen.
Let's just figure the elevator shaft out.
Yeah, let's go to the elevator shaft
Okay.
and describe it one more time. Where is this door that we see?
I mean,
Is it our level or above?
It's above. It's like 15, 20 feet above you.
Mm-hmm.
It's an elevator shaft. There's a bunch of like just scrap metal. It looks like the elevator had been, when last used, raised up, fell and crumpled, and now there's a bunch of ruin at the bottom.
Is there still a cable dangling?
Not much of one. The cable seems to have given out. Was the problem.
Okay. I tie my grappling hook onto the end of a rope, toss it up to the ledge where the door is, grab on, and climb up.
Okay. It's pretty easy to climb up. There's actually like a lot of cross beams and things to hook your feet into, so you make it up to the top. And then when you get there, there's my pen.
How's the view up there, Olsef?
Beautiful. I can see for miles and miles.
Really?
In this dark
No.
cave.
I can't
I
can't really see
I see
anything.
clearly now. The light is off.
All right. When you get up there, you see more of clearly man-made rooms. It looks like it's some sort of staging area. The shaft that you climbed up looks like it might have been almost an airlock style entrance down into the mining spaces. And this room is lined with little pins and things in the walls that are clearly made to set tools on. There's even a few still hanging there, some ancient pickaxes, some very, very old sledgehammers. There are some ropes hanging, but they don't look in great condition, as do none of these tools. There are abandoned lockers and worn, thin benches sort of circling this chamber on the edges. Showers are in the middle here. Some crates and other chests that all seem very utilitarian. I don't want to give you the wrong idea. Like, this is a very utilitarian-looking set of chests. Are off into the lower left corner, sort of in a wall that looks to be almost like a cabinet set down there. It's a very, utility-looking room. I'll pull it up now that I've had a chance to describe it to you.
And there's one exit on the other side.
Correct. There you go.
So you who are Zoria and Nines, do you want to come up? I have
Sure,
found
I'll go
I have found an abandoned tool room, shower room.
What?
There
I
are
go
old
up
tools and showers, and none of it works. They're all broken.
Oh, okay.
Is there private areas in there that I can rummage through?
Yes.
I go up there.
I will try and get up as well.
It's a pretty easy climb. There's a
Okay.
lot of foot and handholds, and with a rope to pull yourself up, it's barely any effort.
I
to get
release
up there.
Crowbashalar to start ripping open those lockers.
And
Guidance.
I retrieve my grappling hook and rope.
And the moment you open it, you just poof, next, poof, next. That's all you do. Just go through there.
Well, I got a
So as you
16 on my break and entry check.
smash open lockers and chests and crates, you mostly find unused mining clothes, like pretty much overalls, shirts. They're actually in fairly decent condition.
Are they better than what he's wearing?
No. The 2 platinum suit.
No. They're definitely not better than around a $6,000 suit. They might be better for some things, but it's a very nice suit.
Like wearing a 6.
There's probably
Oh, you're still
about
wearing
100,
that.
Yes, I'm
maybe
not gonna take it off.
150 or more uniforms. They all seem to be like packed in these crates very neatly, as though they were the last shipment down, and then the mine closed up, and the miners just did not care to bring these back.
Yep. Did they all have a Grotfeld seal on them?
No, they all seem to just be sort of like a uniform, very plain utility.
Well, we take a few and just shove them into the bag.
Okay,
No, you don't.
grab however many you feel
They're all
you
musty.
want to take.
I blow them off.
They're actually not musty, interestingly.
Oh.
They were basic. The ones that you find are the only things you find. The lockers really have nothing in them.
They're just fun to break
the
into.
crate, one of the large crates, and actually a couple of them, had really well packed, fairly well sealed up clothing in there. So they were actually wrapped in a couple of large burlap wrappings that have protected them from the ages.
Would there happen to be about 300 of them that would fit a tabaxi-shaped changeling?
You can't be 100% certain, but you could clothe, you're pretty positive, at least half of the people.
Although they have clothes, but doesn't hurt to have extra.
Yeah, well, we know that these are here.
So
We have to come back through here again one way or the other.
there's a door and the skittering room.
Yes.
Go to the door. The door.
Is the door locked?
Can it
No,
be
the door
unlocked?
swings open near effortlessly, and it leads back out onto the tracks. And as you look to your left, in the southern end, you see a pile of rubble,
And it continues north.
and it continues north.
Well,
How far does it continue north?
Seems to resume going back through passageways, although there's now, a minecart track seems to be through these passageways going forward.
So, we have a skittering thing to deal with and a pile of rubble.
we have dealt with a pile of rubble before.
Do we want to use more blasting powder?
I'm nodding yes, by the way, to her.
Do we have another way of doing it?
Really old sledgehammers?
Just having 300 changelings do manual labor?
I'm not making them do manual labor.
We had to do manual labor.
When have we ever done manual labor?
This is a trick question.
I think when we saved a baby mammoth.
You did it, manual labor.
Oh, I do manual labor.
Yeah.
I think Dromar did some climbing there too.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I just inspired things.
Are any of those tools still usable? Are there any pickaxes or shovels that are useful yet?
The heads of the tools might be in good condition. The wood, however, not so much.
It's a good thing you got a bunch of that big piece of wood.
Yeah, I can make a handle. Okay, I'm going to try with the crowbar, and I'm going to fashion a pickaxe with a 7-foot long handle. For me that's not a problem. And I'm gonna see how easily, if at all, this rubble can be moved.
So you have a bit of timber. Fitting. It's probably like about a 4x6 kind of timber that you've got.
No, well, I just use it as a pry bar then. So that,
how are you going to shape that into a handle?
I use the crowbar and my wooden lever,
Sure.
just to see how easily, if at all, we can move this rubble without blowing it up.
I mean, you can move it. It's slow.
How far can I get in 20 minutes?
With neither of us helping, by the way.
Of course not.
You've managed to move about 5 boulders out of the way.
If only we could embiggen the person.
Yeah, I can't do that today.
Okay, so we, our choices are to either bring all of them through the skittering room
And up.
and up and around, or we can try to blast this rubble.
And the blasting might attract whatever the skittering thing is, and the pile of people walking through might attract whatever the skittering thing is.
Yeah, we need to deal with the skittering thing.
Yeah,
But the skittering thing has run away from us.
we could go to it.
We did. We gave it a cracker.
I'm really glad that the vague description of skittering and then some sort of physical cloud of darkness has petrified the three of you. I love it.
I don't. So,
It means that I'm DMing well.
what, do you want to blow a hole through this first, or do you want to deal with the skittering thing?
Well, perhaps this
Ooh, I
will
like
attract a skit.
blowholes. I always kind of wished I was some sort of whale. Oh,
Thanks,
sorry,
Owen.
you meant blowing a hole through. Sorry, I misheard you.
No, you're fine. I could turn into a dolphin if you want.
Really? You turned into a dolphin?
Yeah,
Oh, I should have been a druid.
I turn into a dolphin.
You better turn back quick.
Why? I can breathe air.
Yeah, but you do breathe
Wait,
air.
did you transform into a dolphin that's been smoking for like 20 years? I can quit anytime I want.
With how polluted our waters are,
There we go.
that might be all dolphins.
See, hole one, there is a blowhole.
Turn into a dolphin.
Flipper the
I got an
smoking
hour
dolphin.
on this. So.
You're gonna get pretty dried out. You still need to keep a cetacean's skin moist.
Moisturize.
Just a lot of jerkins.
Actually, I can be 2 hours now.
Oh, you can be a dead dolphin for 2 hours.
All right, I'll drop dolphin form.
Well, let's try to.
Let's just blow through
Blow
this.
through
If the
this.
skittering thing gets attracted, then we have it to deal with anyway.
Right, yes.
So we're
But
gonna
we try
start.
to do this, having learned from our past experience, we will do this much more efficiently and use less powder to
Hopefully.
get further.
Unless it's deeper.
The rocks here are larger than the ones earlier in the passage.
Yeah, well, we need to blow through here.
So while they're doing that, I'm going to keep watch in the direction of the skittering thing, so we don't get caught off guard while they're blowing up stuff.
Okay.
I mean, we could put a screamy stick there.
So you...
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna go to the other side of the room and put the screamy stick somewhere,
Like right above
outside of the room.
Like at the elevator.
Yeah, the elevator room.
Okay, sure. So you place the screamy stick at the top of the elevator shaft then?
Probably at the entrance of that.
The bottom
room.
of it?
Yeah, the
Okay,
bottom
so
of
you
it.
climb back down.
Yeah,
then
you said
place
it's
it-
easy to get back up, and it's
I
a
did.
great thing to break the party up
Yeah.
when there's all this tension.
Did you get it from skittering things?
Oh, gosh, she's reaching for her dice.
No, I was just scratching a little itch I had on my finger.
And rolling
Yeah,
it
to
out.
roll your die.
Man, like, my hand isn't even anywhere near my dice right now. You guys are
You have a
so
damn
tense. This
I
is
put the-
great.
I put the screamy stick over
love it.
there,
I got
and
you so worked up.
I go back to the room, and I'm just gonna, I don't know, lay down on a bench.
We're gonna.
It's just waiting for
You're the
Duke.
engineer.
Yes, I'm blowing up. I'm blowing
And
up.
on
the
one
rubble.
side, there's some skittering doomsayer, and on the other, Olsef is just gonna blow a bunch of shit up. So
Great.
So what better thing to do than take a little nap?
I'm gonna take a cat nap.
I'm gonna just keep watch while also blows up the tunnel.
Did you take that spell? Did you take the catnap spell?
I have not taken cat nap.
Okay, I knew you were debating it. So,
It's very likely in the future, but
I think it's basically character-driven necessary. in the
yeah,
future. So,
I'm keeping watch.
you're keeping watch.
Nine's is snapping.
Are you over by the elevator? Or are you by, like, where are you keeping watch? And Hulin can help. Don't forget Hulin's there.
I would say I'm staying on the rail, like the rail side, the west side of the room, the locker room.
Okay, so you want to be... do you want to be on the rails? Or
No, because there's gonna be explosions. I'm gonna be in the locker room area, but over on the western side.
Sure. And do you want Hulin keeping watch over...
Or assisting Ulseth with the blasting.
Sure. They can help out Ulseth.
Yeah.
It takes you about 10 minutes to get the first bag deep inside. And set it off. Minute, a fuse. Then a thunderous boom echoes throughout all the chambers. And you hear the rocks flying and then falling. Everything seems alright. Do you want to go set another charge?
Oh yeah. We'll just
Okay.
keep doing this.
keep it down over there.
You start blasting. You start blasting. Yeah, and one charge after another. Boom. Boom. Boom.
Getting to be
few-
fast at this.
Every few minutes, you can set off another charge. You have one little scare where it doesn't go off and you're not sure what happens, but you manage to recover and find out that the fuse had just gone through a particularly damp spot in the rocks. After another 35 charges, blasting through this thick stone, you manage to make your way to the other side. And just as the last rocks settle, we're going to take a break.
No skittering?
Find out if they woke anything up. We'll be back soon. Bye-bye. Welcome back, everyone. When we left off, our players had just blown through the last bits of rubble, debris, and rock that was blocking the way to the old mining rail carts. So, let's see if their explosions did anything else. As the last bits of rubble fall and hit the ground, the way is clear and you can see through to the other side.
So we broke on through to the other side?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. What?
Is there any sort of screamy stick going off, or?
No.
Can we see the 300 changelings?
I mean, that's a pretty good long ways away. Probably
Yeah.
fades into the darkness, but too much.
Olsef, are you done?
The rubble is cleared.
All right, I'm gonna go get my screamy stick by myself. Nothing bad's gonna happen.
Okay.
Okay.
Go back down the rope.
I close the door at the top of the elevator.
No.
Just kidding. I'll go down as well.
Okay.
I come back in. I
you
make
get
my
your
way back
screamy
into
stick?
the room.
And it's picked up. You have it now.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say, and then there was a ping. As Sora
Right,
enters the ring.
You registered me as an enemy?
I put my stick back in my bag, and then I go join Olsef.
Okay.
And we
Do
should.
I hear any skittering?
No.
Is there any skittering in the skittering room if I go in there?
You don't hear anything.
Is there still a darkness in the...
That's still there.
Well, we should make our way back to the changelings.
What if we get attacked by this thing?
Well, we will stay in front of them and guard the way.
What if they attack from behind? There's multiple paths they can go.
Well, how do we get its attention if we?
I don't know, I'm just...
We gave it.
Blowing up on 80,000 explosions didn't get its attention.
No, we gave it a lit torch. We gave it a lit bottle of oil. We
just-
gave it a cracker.
I'm just worried that maybe it detects life signs or something, like it can feel life force if it's something necrotic.
Well, how do we get it out then?
I don't know. I could go down.
That would be a bad idea.
Why?
Wait, don't you have a fishing rod? Let's go fishing. We go back with the fishing rod. Executive decision.
I should never have turned out of that dolphin form.
So you want to go back with the fishing rod. What are you trying to do with the fishing rod?
Catch some trouble.
Okay.
We're trying to. We go back to the first hole down the elevator shaft, which was the one that had the most darkness.
The northernmost hole.
Yep.
We'll put some basilisk meat on your fishing rod. Drop it in.
Go fishing, Olsef.
You're the strongest one.
Oh, we should probably tie a rope around him. In case someone tries to pull really hard. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
When has that ever happened before?
I lower the basilisk meat into the darkness.
Okay.
I can't believe we're doing it.
Sure.
This is like the final level of a fishing RPG.
This is like throwing a biscuit 37 times into the abyss or something.
No, this is like doing that, but with the ability to pull it back up.
So we don't lose our biscuit.
Okay.
But in this case, it's basilisk meat.
Um,
And I just keep lowering it and lowering it.
what's how long do you want to wait?
We got time.
As I reach the bottom,
No.
I keep lowering it until the line's gone. Do I reach the bottom?
No.
Start drilling it back. See if you caught something.
This is a long way down. This is a very deep hole.
All right. Zoria should have stayed a dolphin, and we should have thrown her in.
Yeah.
I reel up the basilisk meat slowly,
Okay.
doing fishing maneuvers along the way.
Sure. Getting little bobs in there and
Yep.
making it move around.
You never know. Could be like a bass.
come back
whatever
up with
that is.
basilisk meat.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some sort of little black residue on it. Looks like maybe from whatever physical cloud it's being dipped through. Might have some sort of, particulates in it.
No, I see. It's not like it's been barbecued nicely or something.
No, not like that at all.
Go ahead and taste it also.
No,
Yeah,
thank
it's
you.
cooked.
Do we just risk it? What?
Well, I don't know. How much time do you want to spend trying to lure this, whatever it is, of the darkness out?
Well, this is taking too much time. Let's just get changelings and go.
Okay.
We'll only lose like 10, 20 of them tops.
No, there are two ways that,
They could come from.
unless they tunnel.
Unless they tunnel, in which case they can come from anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Should I call Dole?
Yeah. We haven't talked to Dole in like 2 days.
Hey, Dole.
Hello, Soria.
So, I have a question.
Yes.
If there were 4 successive holes in the ground, in the mine, in a deep mine, each one filled with an unnatural darkness that was not magical, what would
Yeah.
you say that is?
Some sort of smoke, I imagine.
Why would there be smoke?
If it's some sort of unnatural darkness, it's in a cave. The lack of air movement might be enough to keep the clouds suspended, but not so much that it disperses.
And what would be making a skittering noise around that?
Could be many hundreds of different things.
Like at once? Hundreds of things all at the same time?
Now that you phrase it that way, yes, it could also be that. I had intended it to be... I intended that to mean there could be hundreds of things that cause that noise. But it may also be literal, in the sense that it may be hundreds of things causing that noise.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
How big of a risk is it?
To what?
To leave it here.
I would say that it's fairly risky, but it may be riskier to attempt to face something like that. The
Okay.
unknown always contains elements that you cannot plan for, because it is unknown.
The worst thing about the unknown.
It's not knowing what it is.
All right. Well, thank you. I guess we're just gonna have to leave it be and hope for the best.
There is a lot of that in my work,
Yeah?
much to my dissatisfaction.
What did you do most recently for work?
Are we gonna have this conversation and this also gonna keep fishing?
Most recently,
Might as well keep fishing also.
May as well. It worked so well on the ship.
I was involved in curing a member of the Navinian royal family of a particularly nasty curse that had been placed upon them.
Oh, you keep up with the news, right?
Yes.
Was any member of the Costerian High Council killed recently?
Not that I'm aware of, however, news of such a prominent death is either immediately disseminated or quieted until a plausible reason for their death can be created.
Okay, because we met an assassin down here who gave us a locket from the Costerian High Council with blood in it.
Well, no, we traded it for poison.
Oh, we traded it with them for poison, though, so it's okay. Technically venom.
Then there may be some news of a member of the Costerian High Council going missing at some point in the future.
What's with the blood in it?
Probably someone important to them that they wanted to be able to scry on.
Okay.
That's the most common purpose for retaining a small amount of blood.
Are basilisk guys valuable?
basilisk eyes are valuable in certain regions.
Okay.
Their applications are limited but potent.
All right, well, if you don't hear from us, you are eaten by a skittering thing.
I wouldn't worry too much about being eaten by a skittering thing, at least at this point.
Oh, okay. That's reassuring.
Do you still hear the skittering?
No?
I do use minor illusion to do skittering, like through one of the halls.
Oh, yeah. I just heard some.
I'm gonna try to lure it out. I just didn't tell anyone that's my plan.
If you're still hearing it, there may be a chance that it is waiting for you.
Oh, okay. It's probably waiting for us. Did you guys
What's
hear
waiting
that?
for us?
The skittering didn't...
Oh, well, that's me.
Oh, it was Nines.
Then, if you no longer hear it, the chances are greater that it has moved on.
Okay. Thanks.
That just means we get to fight it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's reassuring. After it's gained more strength.
How many levels can you get in one place?
A lot.
I don't believe that.
It depends on the
I've
race.
been to dozens of places and I'm only level 5.
All right. Well, thanks, doll.
You're welcome.
Talk to you later.
I hope so.
Bye.
Goodbye.
So in this room that we were in, there was a door, right? That opened up into the corridor with the track.
Yes?
Okay. So I suggest that what we do is that we close that door and attempt to like lock it or block it or something.
Mm-hmm.
And go back down along the tracks. And then there was just one more way back from all of these rooms onto the tracks.
From the skittering place.
Yeah.
So as long as they don't burrow,
Mm-hmm.
we can at least watch that one.
Yes.
All right. We'll execute that plan.
Execute.
We'll have, let's have Joval watch the door that we blocked so he can
Warn us.
us if anything is going on there.
So we're going to put some boulders in front of the door.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it opens the right direction.
Well, I mean, you can pile up boulders to just block it.
Right. Okay. So we'll pile boulders to block that door.
Sure.
And we'll get the changelings through this area and watch the other opening that goes towards the skittering.
Okay. So you're gonna watch a little further down the tracks, the other.
Yeah.
Okay, the other path. Got it. You move through. You move all the changelings through, and nothing seems to come out and attack you.
Okay,
Skittering noises.
we follow along behind them.
Until it seems safe, and then we'll go back up in the lead.
And have Joval take the rear.
Okay. It's been a fairly long day. Javal says the group is getting sort of tired and needs to bed down soon.
Okay. We'll do that then.
Okay.
And I can make my 100 gallons of water and 40 good berries.
Mm-hmm.
And we get 10 pounds of beans in the morning.
Yep. And we'll do our regular procedure.
Okay.
And do you want to leave the screamy stick in the passageway?
Excuse me for a moment. The other Tabaxi god found his way in here and wants to be let out. 1 moment.
No.
We have
Must have come
all
down
the
during the
Tabaxi
break.
gods blessed on us.
Didn't we lose it when the Tabaxi god wanders out of the room?
Yeah, we're screwed now.
Damn it. Well, we had a good run.
All right. So do we take a long rest?
Yeah. You move up a little ways, find a good spot, sit down for the evening, going through your usual processes. How many good berries can you create today?
I can make 40 good berries and all the water we need.
Okay. Then you do that. The following morning comes, and
I do fervent tech learning. I haven't done that.
Oh yeah,
yet.
we could be doing that at night, right?
I thought we were too busy to do that.
I mean,
the conditions are not apt for anyone to be learning right now.
that's fair.
I don't
It's
learn
dark.
anything.
We're trying to scrap food together.
Every
It's
time I
under
play
a-
the Zither, some changeling throws a
Rock.
book at me or something.
A rocket.
You're
Your
under a
head.
lot of stress. It's not good learning conditions at the moment.
Okay, we learn nothing.
That could just be our show motto.
That's the tagline.
That's right.
Dice and
Midnight
Dungeons.
Brunch.
We learned
We
nothing.
learn nothing.
So, it's the next morning. It's time to set off again. Is there anything you want to prepare or discuss before you set out today?
I prepare a lot of beans.
I think it's very interesting that we still function on 24 hours.
Yeah, why is that
Well, we haven't seen the sun in a while.
Yeah, but we have our internal clocks.
fun? I also
Are you a
have,
drow now?
We'll watch.
I have a clock that I can keep track of time with. A magic one.
Yeah, but is that how you're like doing all of this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Get your screamy
That's what we're doing.
retrieve your screamy
I
stick.
grab my screamy stick.
We are all, as much as we can be, fed and watered.
Okay.
We'll go down leading the way.
Okay. Looks like Ulseth has the rock.
So that's your turn to roll.
Your turn to roll.
Or was that yours? I can't remember. Oh.
900. It's 90.
90.
Okay. 90. Going down the one of the passageways that splits off as Javal is up leading you again. There's a pack of people. They are all sort of wearing a similar garb. Looks to be fairly loose, comfortable, fur-lined leather. And they're clearly hunting something, tracking it. And they see you moving through the tunnels, nod, and make a motion to continue going down another tunnel on the other side of you.
Hey, what are you up to?
We're hunting a cave stag.
Cave stack, huh?
Yeah, we're hunting a cave stag.
Well, why are you hunting it?
You know, want to eat?
Oh, what's it sound like?
Well, a cave stag doesn't have hooves. Soft pads to help it move quietly through the caves. All white and silent as death. Not that they're much of a threat. They live off the lichens here.
Well, does it sound like this? And I use minor illusion to make that skittering sound.
No.
Well, what does that sound then?
Death.
Dad?
Death. That sounds horrifying. I've never heard that. That sounds terrible.
Oh, so you don't know what it is?
How long have you been down here?
But we live down here.
You've never heard that, though?
No? We have a village about a mile down the tunnels that way.
Well, can it feed 300 to 330 people?
A cave stag?
No, your village.
Oh, no. I mean, yes. Us.
Are these humans? Drow?
It's a mix.
dwarves?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's... before you, it's a group of 4. There's a human, there's a goblin, a kobold, a drow.
How long has your village been down here?
A few generations now.
Why?
Society sucks.
So you just make your own society then?
Yeah.
Does that suck too?
No, it's pretty laid back. We hunt and farm and entertain ourselves and,
What do you farm?
mostly lichens and mosses. There's a couple of mushrooms that'll grow down here. And we found a pretty unique variety of alfalfa that seems to grow completely in the dark.
Do you have any?
We always carry a little bit around. Here you go.
Do you have any weird cave instruments that you invented?
that we invented, no.
Well,
We've got
how about the one that you just made a variant of? With the materials you have?
I mean, mostly it's drums and percussive instruments, more broadly. Music isn't super popular where we are.
Weird, I think in mostly darkness it'd be much more interested. And important.
Well, we don't live in darkness. Our village is pretty well illuminated.
Now, what is it that you use for light?
Plants,
You burn them?
no, they glow.
Ah, glowy plants. Well,
We've seen glowing mushrooms before.
They're really quite useful, and the light can be a little bit pale, but everything's very well illuminated. Actually, most of us enjoy reading and writing. Music was never very that popular here. We have some drums, but they're mostly for warnings or letting people know if someone's coming, that sort of thing.
so you who are hunting, what is your name?
My name, it's Stephen.
So you who are Stephen, I have 2 questions, and I'm sure my companions may have more. 1. We are hoping to get to the other side of these mountains through the mines. Can you help provide us with some direction?
Haven't much interested ourselves in leaving. We created something that's self-sustaining down there.
Ah, so you do not know the way out.
Not particularly, no.
Well, then the second question.
Jamal's just like, right here. I know where I'm going, mostly.
Mostly.
They went no shortcut. Maybe. They don't.
So, you who are Stephen, then question 2. Where could we easily find food for these 300 plus people for the next several days?
I don't think any food comes easy down here. The woman who's also in the group pipes up. Again. Yeah, not really. Survival down here isn't necessarily easy, but it certainly keeps away all the, well, annoying bastards that live on the surface.
I resemble that remark.
Yeah, you guys don't seem annoying. Not everyone on the surface is annoying. Just a lot of them. And they kind of make it suck for everyone.
So are you just trying to get our group just to live underground for the rest of the adventure?
Yeah, do you want us to join you?
They make great points. I live with them now.
I mean, if you guys want to join our village, you can, I suppose. We haven't had anyone join us new in, I don't know, it's been about 8 months.
Do you have any of those giant bats I heard so much about?
Yeah, we have a couple of those.
Bats.
Do you need to see one?
I'd like to. How far away is your village? How big?
Couple miles.
So you who are Rubble, are you familiar with this village?
I mean, I've seen a lot of villages through here. Just little dwellings. Most of them are kobolds. But I haven't met this particular group before.
Okay. Do you think it would be all right to go out of our way to visit this village?
Suppose we lose a day or two of travel.
It's probably not worth it to see a bat.
Meanwhile, they have a magic item shop with the best, cheapest magic items.
They're just like, we have all these rings of protection, and we're
It's like,
just giving them away.
I just need to make one more sale in order to make my living. And then we'll never
Then-
give him
then
that sale.
Ask Stephen if they have a shop.
He doesn't know every shop in his village.
Yeah. Do you know every store in your hometown?
Have you
Same.
even been to the equestrian store that's downtown? Because I haven't.
He would know if there were stores.
Yeah, we do actually have an equestrian store. And not like a, I don't know, practical one. It's definitely for show.
So you who are Stephen,
Yeah.
do you have any important and useful shops in your village?
Yeah.
Do you sell any magic items or potions?
Oh, we got a couple potions.
Potions of healing?
Mostly. The most useful.
I don't
Just kind of
think
general purpose.
losing 2 days is worth.
Not if it's several days to get just 2 miles.
What do you think happened to Fervin?
Ooh.
Good answer.
What's your tragic backstory? I haven't asked that one in a while.
I don't know, I was born here. Life's been pretty good. I came here. It's on the surface. Married to this jerk. Left him. Then signed up with a mining crew. One day, when I was coming back from work, still, walking up the mine tracks, saw some folks that were clearly not from the mining, and that's when I found out about this place. So, went to the village, just decided to stay.
What's your village called?
Home.
It's a
It
good
seems to be a
name.
common name.
Yeah. We didn't really name it. Some folks call us, the underneath. It's more of a general, regional thing.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just keep going on our way.
Oh, do they have cool things to trade?
The cool things to trade.
Yeah.
I mean, not particularly. They're hunters.
So no cool spears, no like ceremonial spear.
No?
Well, I guess we'll move on.
Yeah. Nice seeing you. Good luck on your hunt.
Thanks. Move on and
Go until we need to rest and do our normal process.
sure. You go through that. Food is divvied up. Night passes. Get your long rest in. It's changelings are starting to feel the trip. It's getting a little rough.
I'm gonna keep changing up those beans to make them interesting.
Okay. So you set out the next morning?
Well, if they're starting to feel it, I will actually use one of my bardic things and do a happy song, something to lift their spirits.
All
My
right.
virtuoso.
Oh yeah. Your like emotion.
Yes, I'm going to manipulate them emotionally to get what I want.
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely. Because why would you
So
not
I do
that?
Dirge of Dread. They all scatter.
Through the tunnel.
All right. I'm guessing you don't actually cast Dirge of Dread.
Now we'll do an entrancing performance and fill them with a deep, hopeful emotion.
Okay. The spirits of pretty much everybody are lifted by your performance.
Everyone who didn't make the saving throw.
If they're willing, I don't think there is a saving throw. They seem to be willing to listen to your music, which
This
is,
is first, Olsen.
I was about to say, it's a new one.
You have a captive audience.
Yes, I can't believe.
So you travel down the tunnels again today with a slightly cheerier bunch at your back. Which means that Nines is hanging back more with the changelings than up with the rest of the group today. So you're a little separated.
That's fine.
Okay.
What's the worst that could happen?
I don't know. Let's find out. Right?
Yeah, let's find out.
And one.
77. Bugbears attack.
Okay. I need a D20 roll, just a roll.
Me?
No modifiers or anything. From Soria, Ulseth, Javal, and Poland.
Well, that sucked.
Maybe low's good.
Maybe it never is. 3.
18.
I haven't had a 3 in a long time.
My two rolls were 19 and 20.
18, 19, 20, 3.
Ulseth is in the front. And you got 77?
77.
77. Now, Ulseth, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
It can't be worse, can it?
You are in the front with your sword, right? Lighting the way.
Well, it is worse.
How?
Well, you got 2 or a
it's
1.
it's plus 2, though, so I get a 4 total. Double! Ah!
You take
I'm throwing this away.
10 bludgeoning damage
Wow.
as you slip down. You're like stepping over some old mining track, and you don't realize that the ground and timbers underneath it have just completely rotted out, and there's like a little sinkhole there, so it all crashes down into it, and you are at the bottom.
Watch your step here.
How far down?
It's only about 6 feet down.
I can
But-
climb out. But
Nines. Oh, Seth fell so far, we have to leave him.
Oh, no, well. I just sang a song about how smart and brave he is.
And not falling down holes.
Yes, that was lyric number 3.
The hole's only like 6 feet deep.
Yeah, but like he's like 7.5 feet. tall.
He's all like his head's poking out. He's climbing up now. I don't think we have to leave him down
We
there.
have to abandon Ulsa. This is
This is the saddest day of my life.
I climb out of the hole. As I said, watch your step. There is a hole here.
Is it
If
just,
only there was some sort of timber you could put across it so no one falls
like
into
a
it.
7-foot long timber?
Yeah, that'd be really great.
Why don't you just walk around the hole?
How is the hole take up the hole?
No, it's a it'll slow you down for a few minutes as everyone gets past it, but
There's
You
a
can make
hole
your way
here.
around it.
Everyone go around it. I'll just stand there and tell people
Not to jump in the
not
hole.
to fall in the hole.
Thank you.
I've done that exact thing.
Oh.
They're on a annual bike ride that we used to do, David and I, and we'll do again at some point in the future as COVID becomes less of a threat.
Or just more of a thing you have to deal with.
You do have to use shared showers in like a public shower room at the end of each day, so you're in fairly close quarters with folks, even though most of your time is spent riding a bike. I once fell into a foot-deep pothole that had been completely covered over by a heavy rainstorm that came through, so it just filled. And it looked just like, a little puddle on the road, but it was a foot-deep pothole. It completely filled with water. And I fell in, went end over end with my handlebars. Pretty sure I bruised a rib on that fall. And then I stood in the center of the road just waving my arms, trying to make sure no one else fell in the damn thing. Oh, and I had so many people yell at me, like, get out of the road! And I'm like, all of you would have hit this if I hadn't been standing right here stopping you. And they were it was at the bottom of a hill, too, so people were coming down at about 20 miles an hour. It was fun.
I can't believe your wheel survived that.
I'm really shocked. I was doing this long bike ride on a mountain bike, so I did have a much sturdier wheel than the average rider on this big group ride. But I'm actually really surprised that my wheel stood up to that one.
Especially when it turned into an egg another year.
Well, the thing is, it was my front wheel that hit it. My rear wheel became egg-shaped. So go figure.
So
how are my wheels?
Your wheels are fine.
Okay.
I mean, a little beat up now, but they're okay.
kind of egg-shaped.
And that egg has cracked.
That was your, I haven't done one of those. Shared a personal anecdote for a session.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
It's been a few sessions since I did that.
So, do we run into anything other than a hole this day?
No, pretty quiet day as you can
Okay.
travel through.
Then we'll do the standard water bean plan.
Water bean plan. Water bean plan.
Yeah.
Do.
Do you basically just keep up a cheerful song all day?
Until I get bored.
How long does
So
that
like
last?
5 minutes.
3 hours.
Oh,
Oh,
pretty
wow.
nice.
I'm
That's
playing an
stamina.
instrument, so
So that keeps you.
Yeah, but that's some stamina. So,
it's been a while since I had a captive audience, because if they want to live, they have to stay with me.
it sounds way more threatening than that actually is. You continue down, rest, do your standard bean thing. Next day, you head out, and it's your turn to roll 9s. Let's see what happens.
31.
21. Good. Not so clustered together.
We're learning.
Two similar. Reroll.
Give me a rock back. Fell out. 5.
5.
5.
Just 5.
Okay. You see another person.
This is a very busy, secluded cave system.
It's not really secluded. There's a big city on each side of it.
Not very secret, though.
It's supposed to be secret. Secret-ish.
Well, considering that on either side of these mountains, they're on the Korma Republic side. Ironvale is the closest city to the mountains, major city, and that has about 300,000 people living in it. And then there are two cities that are larger than Ironvale, both that have around 750,000 living in it.
On the Glendrangan side?
On the Glendrangan side. So, yeah, it's a secret path, but
Yeah.
people use it.
It's a known smuggler route, though.
Yeah, it's like smugglers know the route's there. They use it, and every once in a while they run into each other. Yeah.
I mean, we've run into like 4 groups of people, 4 individuals or groups in like, what have we been here?
This is
like
the 8th day.
8 days? Yeah.
We don't get our protection from the wolves anymore.
No, I know
Expired.
that super useful protection.
For all we know, they were actually just like saving everyone in the background.
Yeah, that
and
killed that skittering thing for us. So,
So there's somebody.
hi.
The person that's walking towards you is actually a centaur. So they're fairly
Oh.
tall. And they're sort of ducking at parts through these caves. And they're actually not even walking towards you. I sort of misspoke there. They come out from another path and merge going in the same direction that you are.
So we're just awkwardly going like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crisscrossing tunnels.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, I would just like to imagine like we all just empty out of a tunnel and then there's a centaur just like.
So the centaur looks down at
Hello.
the group of you,
Hi.
takes you all in. Hello,
What's your name?
Unner. For the spelling and note-taking inclined here, it is UNNR.
What you doing in the caves?
Making a pilgrimage.
Ooh.
What was your tragic backstory?
I would not consider anything about the history of my life to be tragic. I
Everyone
have
has
had
a hard
good
life. Or it's very obvious that their life is hard.
What are you pilgrimaging? Pilgrimaging.
What's your pilgrim?
What are you pilgriming?
I'm a pilgrim to the sacred sites of the dragons.
Let's
I hope no one damaged said dragons.
What sort of what's the sacred sites of the dragon all about?
My My tribe. We believe that we are children of the dragons. This is our sacred ornamentation, gesturing to a necklace that she's wearing around her neck. This is made of dragon scales from a brood mother long since passed. It has been passed down for generations in my tribe. And to ensure that we remain in the dragon's blessing, the future leader of the tribe must always make pilgrimage to the sacred dragon sites, where the brood mothers lived and were born, and where some died.
So are you going to be visiting living dragons?
That is my hope.
So there's still dragons down here, huh?
In the Dreng Peaks, I don't know of any living dragons here. That's not to say there couldn't be. The dragons I intend on visiting are in the capital city of Glindring.
Oh.
Oh, so you are going to Glindring.
These scales are from a long-deceased brood mother of the Red Dragon clan.
What a coincidence.
I'm on my way, but it is not my next stop. I'm weaving my way through these ancient tunnels. There are old dragon nests here.
If there were some, like, humongous ribcage sort of fossils in here, would that probably be a dragon?
Possibly. Or perhaps a titan.
What's a titan?
My tribe believes that they are some of the first things that the gods created. Them and the dragons. They wanted to make images that could be as large as the gods. And their giant forms battled, creating the rivers, the mountains, the meadows that we know today.
So if I were to show you some shards of the bones, would you be able to tell what they were?
Perhaps.
Sure you do. Handful of fossilized bone chips.
She looks at it. I don't know what those could be. Thank you for sharing, though.
Would you have any interest in still boiling dragon blood?
Of which dragon lineage is it?
Red? We found it in a pirate tomb.
Then I may have some interest in that. Dragon blood is a much revered material.
Yeah, what could you trade for it?
I have little to trade.
Maybe we can get favor and meet them later.
Meet them where? In Glindring?
Wherever, I don't know. I just met them.
Well, I only have 3 bottles of it. I'll pull out one of the bottles.
Well, she eyes it as in awe.
So this was from a dragon sort of skeleton thing with pools of blood around it
How interesting.
that we in a pirate tomb.
It could very well be from one of the lost dragon lines. There are branches that form during each brood mother's reign that splinter off from the main line. This could be one.
Well, I am wondering if Unir would be able to assist us in our journey to Glindring, perhaps identifying where we could find food.
I don't know. Are you familiar with a place to find food with for 300 people per day in the caves?
No, I struggle to keep myself fed on this journey. Traveling these caves is difficult. You bring such a large group with you. I hope you are on your way to more prosperous conditions.
Probably. We have a lot of beans.
That is favorable. I hope you have brought
And that's flavorable.
a great many beans, as I believe you shall need them.
Uh-huh. Well, okay. If I give this to you, would this, like, earn us a favor with you and your village or group or religious group thing?
There are quite a few villages that are part of my tribe. I am one day to be leader of them. This is why I'm on this journey. If you were to offer that as a token of gratitude and offering to our religious practices, we would be in your debt. Few people respect the centaur practices in such a kind way.
Where are your villages?
We live where most of the centaur were given land.
Given land?
We had a contentious relationship in the past with the elves of Costeria. But ages ago, well, a woman named Martin
Ooh.
settled a
I
dispute.
perk up.
Settled a dispute between us and the elves. We were battling for land, pushing them back, them fighting against us, both trying to encroach on each other's cities and territories. Remarden made an ancient treaty now that guaranteed us the ability to always have our favored lands. And we, in turn, guaranteed that the elves shall retain their favored lands. So, this is the land that we were given, but not by Remarden, but by the dragons that we believe blessed us to have this land. We are less confrontational than we used to be because of the negotiations so many ages ago. We set down most of our expansionistic desires, as I understand the elves did too. And now we live what is honestly quite a nice life. There's little that we want for, and live in an area with plenty to sustain us and make our lives rich and full.
Are you familiar with the Tashira Noon?
The name does not mean much to me.
So, you who are Unurer, I was trained by someone who was of the Order of Remarden. Okay, what is it, if anything, more that you can tell us of your history of Remarden? And if not you, perhaps you can tell me who amongst your centaur members may know more of this history.
Remarden is a well-known name among all us centaur. She was the first bridge of peace between us and the elves. She saw the wisdom that both sides wished to expand, but that such continued actions would eliminate one or both peoples. And she found the insights to make those of both centaur and elven descent see her wisdom. The story is fairly simple, but important to us.
So, in your stories of Ramardan,
Yes.
are there any references to the beast that must be slain?
No. Our stories of Ramardan are often tales of peace and personal growth. I don't know how many of them are, strictly speaking, true, but we have several tales, all imparting some sort of important moral. Usually about, first, seeking wisdom, and then reflecting upon the actions of those around you and yourself, and then learning to change your ways. They center around different themes, different ideas, but they all have the same basic message.
Do you have any collection of these tales, perhaps written down, that I may have?
They are all stories that we share. It's through spoken word.
And in any of these stories, have the words Gats Dun Balim ever come upon?
No, but that is a form of ancient Elven. We still speak it from time to time.
Do you know what those words might mean?
It means roughly. It's a little tricky, because the way that they are said changes their meaning. But it means something close to find the Dark One in the light, or perhaps the beast is visible. Have you asked others of its meaning in the past?
Yes, I have. One has said the great darkness. Another has something very similar to what you have said, which is the beast is, I believe the beast is among us, or the beast is seen.
Yes.
You said something about the darkness is in the light.
It is a turn of phrase. Something horrible is visible, is its meaning. Curiously, ancient Elven was once the same language spoken by the centaurs. We used to live together, or at least very close to one another. I don't know what, so many thousands of years ago, caused our two peoples to start fighting. But I do know Ramardan is the one that got us to stop. So the language is something of an old form of tongue for us that we still practice today, mostly in ceremonies. It's not much of a practiced language.
Well, that has been most interesting. So if we were to come upon one of your centaur villages, would they be able to tell me of those tales?
Yes. Usually, several times a year, we will gather together, several different villages of our tribe, and we will stage reenactments, plays of these tales. The adults will narrate the action, and children will dress up, portray the characters. It's a way of being both entertaining and community building for us. You're more than welcome to come. We don't have that many visitors. Most people find traversing the deserts to be unpleasant.
You have any more questions?
No?
Aaron?
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. It's nice to meet some outsiders. We don't get to interact with folks all that often. Especially when one is on a religious quest. Thank you again for sharing the boon of a god.
Here you go. And remember, you got it from Soria on Sul.
Midnight brunch.
That's for us by name.
I do see that you wear the pin of the Company of Blades.
Yeah.
You know Soloff?
I do not.
Oh.
But of the mercenary groups, I have found them to be the most honorable and respectable of them.
Don't trust any group called the Saltworthy, though.
I shall keep that in mind.
Good.
They didn't do anything to us.
Alright, well, safe travels.
Thank you. And she continues on down another passage.
I guess we'll keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Run into any trouble?
Not for the rest of the day, no.
Alright. Time for water,
And
good
beans.
berries, sleep, beans. I'm gonna go for like a lemon thyme
Okay.
beans today.
Yeah.
Or this morning. Next morning.
All right. The day concludes and go through your evening
And
typical process.
Feed my basilisk meats to 7s.
Mm-hmm.
Tens.
And the next day you set out again. Go ahead and make a roll.
We have 39.
Okay. Not too very long into your day, you hear voices from up ahead. And
I am hearing
they're
voices.
sort of loud, panicky voices, arguing with each other.
In Glendrangan.
In Glendrangan, yes.
Stealthily or just walk up?
What are they? Can we hear what they're talking about, or just?
At the distance that you're at, it's hard to make out exactly what they're saying, but you hear the sounds of arguing.
Can we tell how many people are arguing, more or less?
You hear at least 6 voices.
Keep it down up there. We're trying to walk.
I like it. Go for it.
Yeah. Use that charisma. Burn those.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
The voices suddenly stop.
Thanks!
And you hadn't noticed this because it was far off. But when it happens, you suddenly become aware that there were some lights up ahead and they have gone out. As the walls of the cavern get just ever so dimmer.
Yeah, we're good.
This is great.
Alright.
That was
Also,
a good
lead the
greeting.
way with your flamey swords.
Perhaps you can announce our arrival.
We're not gonna kill you or anything. We just want to get through.
Make a persuasion check.
That is a
Number.
28.
So frustrated. We're not gonna kill you. Just...
Yeah, he makes a good point.
Okay?
No response.
There's no response.
So I walk up carefully.
After we announce that we're not going to kill them, you walk up with your flaming sword.
No, I unflame the sword and light a torch.
Okay.
What he said.
I get ready to cast Bless.
All right.
I'm listening for trouble.
Is there any other way around
Is there
it?
anything coming towards us?
Like most of the passages that you've been through, there are quite a few little
Fine.
side shafts. So it's a little hard to tell where exactly they are now.
I'm gonna keep an ear out.
Okay. After a few minutes, the 300 changelings are coming up behind you. And what do you want them to do?
Hold.
Okay.
Let's proceed forward carefully.
Okay.
We go forward.
I'm on full alert.
Okay. You continue forward. Ulseth, make a
Guidance.
It guided.
persuasion check.
Oh, of course. Mm, 15.
15. Not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, considering I had a -1, that took care of it.
So do you wait for all the changelings to pass and pull up the rear? Like how are you?
No.
No, we're going
So
ahead.
you okay? So you're still
The 4 of us
Yeah.
are moving ahead
okay.
under, under the persuasive guidance of Nines, who has informed them that we're not going to kill them. Yay.
At least I'm honest.
That is true.
Unless they try to attack us, then we will kill them.
Okay.
Especially Zoria. I expected you to say, ow, my hand.
You
I was trying to be cool.
you go for quite a few hours and nothing.
Nothing.
Hours?
Yeah, you get so far that the end of the day is approaching.
Did we pass through a place where we could see that people were hanging out?
No,
So we don't know where they were.
no, you don't know where they were.
Well, this is a smuggler's den, so they're probably in the up and up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're fine.
fine.
We're fine. Let's make beans.
All right, you make some. You go through your
Yeah.
usual nightly routine,
Yeah.
and the next day,
We don't get
You set
attacked
up.
in the night.
I feel like even if they did want to attack us, if they came into a room full of 300 nineses,
All with eye shine in the middle of the night. Except
So is
it's
there-
300 of them.
is there just a trail of just fur?
yeah,
Because
Yes.
does it disappear when they change back?
Huge trail of fur and Rosati pellets.
no, I mean it stays.
Yeah.
They're
We've sort of...
They're
dis-
shedding.
Yeah, we've sort of discussed, like, if I wild shape or shapeshift, like... If I wild shape, can I, like, take, like, fur?
Yeah,
If I turn into a sheep and gather wool from myself,
yeah. I mean,
like, does it
We've
disappear?
acknowledged-
It's like, it's one of those questions.
we've acknowledged that there's some magical ways to create a whole bunch of like money loopholes, because it's magic, and changelings are inherently magical. So they leave a trail of fur behind as you like
And pellets.
It's basically carpet at this point. There's 300 nines moving through
It
a
helps.
small area, kind of.
Cushion.
Yeah. So there's a little carpet trail of nines fur behind you.
Does it leave like my exact markings somehow?
What do you mean your exact
Like
markings?
like how my back looks?
Oh, so there's like black stripes in the fur on the ground.
No, it's just, cat's shed, and it's just whatever that particular bit of fur.
Alright, I'm making beans this morning.
So, you who are Drabal,
Yeah.
are you certain that we are still on the correct path?
Yep.
About how many more days do we have to go?
Maybe another week and a half.
Oh, so we are about halfway through.
Yeah, about. Yeah.
Do you have any idea who was doing the arguing?
No one good.
Do you think they might be following us?
Probably not. If you meet someone in these tunnels, you either hit it off with them real quick, or
Avoid
want
them.
to avoid each other forever.
Okay.
Next time I see someone, I'm going to accuse them of running away from us.
That sounds good. Let's go.
All right, you head out for a day. Roll.
39.
It's just what I got.
Please tell me we run to the
Roll
same
again.
group. Oh,
That would have been fun.
that would have been way more fun.
75.
75.
God, I wanted to run into a group
Okay.
of people arguing again. This time sneak up on them.
What? Did we run into the same?
No. Up ahead of you, there's an old man who's whistling gently to himself.
Is it the same old man we saw in front of a forest a while ago?
Long way. Hello. I like that.
Hello.
Does this person look familiar?
No.
Okay.
It's old man with a very long beard, as though he's never cut his beard in his life.
I like your beard.
Well, thank you.
I mimic it.
Hands the beard out to you.
I bad at it.
Yes.
Yes.
I shake it.
He's all there. What brings some adventurers like yourselves down into these caverns?
How is he sitting like that?
Is he sitting in air?
No, he's sort of like leaning up against the
Oh,
rock
wow.
wall. Like,
We are leading my family to safety.
interesting. How big is your family?
Like 330 people.
Quite large.
You should see some of my families.
How big is your family?
I don't remember.
Oh, that's huge.
Right?
What's your name?
Oh, what's in a name?
That's what we call you.
We should call you What's in a Name. You who are What's in a Name.
Why don't you call me Tibbles? Tibbles is a fun name.
Because we already know it, Tibbles.
Why, yes, you probably do. It's a wonderful name.
But you just said what is in a name?
Well, many things are in a name. It was a question, not a rhetorical one.
Is
answer.
Tibbles your actual name?
Can be. Might be. Perhaps it should be. But
Well,
no,
I think
don't
you should tell
it
me
is.
your actual name.
At this point, he's sort of walking in circles on the tunnel. So, you found yourself here in the tunnel with a very large family. What say you to a little game? I promise you, it's only fun.
I like fun.
Fun's good. Let's do it. Execute.
I am okay with fun.
We agreed on fun.
Excellent. Now, all of you have to agree to play. The two silent ones there. Do you agree? Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, I like board games. But I didn't say it was a board game. Oh, well, they're the most fun thing I can think of. Have to look into those. The other one? This seems like a phenomenally bad idea. Perfect! Consent?
Okay.
That was a question. Oh, sure, yeah. Wonderful! Now, I always am contracted to offer myself up by giving this opening statement. You have found me here, and pray, but do not lend me your ear and come now near. Though I appear to have little to offer, I still have desire to offer this proffer. For all of you forging a path most dreary, so I shall intercede to make your mind less weary. Answer my riddles with wit, and I shall reward with something befit. Beware, however, of responses all wrong, for I give lessons that might last quite long. Now, since you have agreed to my game,
Well, you just explained the rules!
have I?
Yes!
An interesting response. You see, you have me today. Tomorrow you'll have more. As your time passes, I'm not easy to store, but I don't take up space. I'm only ever in one place. I am what you saw, but not what you see. What am I?
I think it's eggs.
Are we allowed? Are we allowed to hear it once more?
But of course, so why wouldn't I perform my wonderful riddles for you a second time?
That's what I'm thinking.
You have me today, and tomorrow you'll have more. As your time passes, well, I'm not easy to store. I don't take up space, but I'm only in one place. I'm what you saw, but not what you see.
I'm pretty sure it's eggs.
Memory. Memories.
Memories, not eggs.
Memories.
From sort of crouching atop the ceiling looking down at you now. Not eggs. That's an odd answer.
Memories.
Well, I guess a consensus is memories.
I'm with the eggs, actually. That sounds... No, I'm kidding. It's probably memories. I don't want to give an answer. This is terrifying to me.
You should give the eggs answer then.
So memories.
Yeah, why not?
Yes.
What's the worst that could happen?
Fades away in a Cheshire Cat-style smile left behind. And then that too is gone. And...
Oh, I have one question.
you all see... You all sort of black out for a moment.
That's always good.
Yeah. Do we get a short rest?
Soria. While you are unconscious,
As your cat.
you see a scene with your mother and your father arguing. You are younger than you are now. You think yourself about a child's age. You hear them discussing some sort of journey that she has to take. But your father doesn't want her to go. He thinks it's too dangerous. He's not sure that the journey's worth it anymore. He doesn't even think that whatever she's going towards is real. You can't make out all that many words. Some of them are too unfamiliar for you to really recognize what they're saying. But you do hear one word that rings out above all the others. You hear Unristo.
On Risto,
Yes.
the city that we were in.
Ulseth, while you are unconscious, you remember a time from when you were quite young, just a teenager. It's when you came back to your village, and everyone was gone. And you see something that you never remembered before now. You see that there's a bit of cloth that got torn off by an errant tree branch. It's dark black, with gold embroidery and what seems to be some sort of eagle's talon on it. The full image of the embroidery is lost, incomplete on this piece. Nines. You think back during your flashback to a time when you realized you were actually quite drunk.
This checks out.
It was while you were touring with The Voice. You and he were at a bar together. And you had a private table. The rest of the bandmates had gone home, but at the time, you enjoyed each other's company. Liked having long conversations about musical theory and crafting. This night's conversation drifted into something you hadn't talked about before. This night's conversation drifted into the work of gods. The voice brings up a pick. Pick that you now know he has, or had. He talks about this at length. Mentions that there are other divine instrumentations. They just haven't all realized their potential. He thinks that something amazing should happen if they should all be fully realized. At the time, you laughed him off,
I was drunk at the time.
thinking that you couldn't actually find works from gods, that musical instruments had to be crafted by people. The gods would make something too perfect. And that music comes from the imperfections between the notes. He nodded sagely and actually seemed to agree with you on this point. But said he still thought we should go looking for them one day. Perhaps you and he should go find them together. At that point, you have a good laugh and clink your drinks.
And kiss.
And
This isn't your fanfic, Zoria.
I'm writing it.
and then laugh, and the memory fades. The three of you wake up, come to, and you notice that Hulwyn and Javal are both on the ground as well, all sort of staggering up. All of you had a little pillow beneath your head that, as you get up, slowly fades and disappears.
Try to grab it.
You find nothing but air.
What do these symbols mean?
And on that note, I think we'll end today's journey. We'll be back next week for a little more adventuring through these tunnels. So, until then, stay safe. I love you.